What is going on, everybody? Antonius the Gamer here with Super SSS Rank.
What's going on, guys?
Yes, sir. We are back for Rest Mode Lounge Volume 3. Now, if this is your first time joining us on the Rest Mode, this is when we get into more of a deeper talk about some of the subjects that we weren't able to dive into fully on the pod. Obviously, the pod has a structure. You try to keep things moving. Try not to spend too long on any one topic unless it's really near and dear. But this is what the Rest Mode Lounge is for. So, kick up your feet, cut on YouTube on your TV or wherever you might be watching this from, and enjoy the topics we have for y'all this evening. Now, S
Mm-hmm.
Rank, you had some topics that you wanted to address, and so did
Yes.
I. So we'll just kind of rotate between the two topics. Our list of topics, I should say, if you want to start us off.
Oh, not a problem, man. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. What for me? After playing the first one, I don't know if I want to play the first one again. Only because of just the time. If I do it, it'll be for streaming purposes. But
Okay.
Final Fantasy.
Okay.
Um, when I want to talk about Final Fantasy because it's been a long time. It's been a while since a game made me feel like a kid again.
Okay.
You know,
Tell
it's
me
been a
more.
long it's been a while since I felt like, yo, I feel like I'm playing a games on after a long watch of my favorite Saturday morning cartoons.
Hmm.
Now that that's out of the way, I deserve to play me some dessert. Uh, what dessert you'll say? Any dessert at the time, but it was a great game.
Hmm.
For me, Saturday mornings after a long in the 7th grade, after a long day of mathematical equations and world history. And then that's Saturday right there, 2-day weekend. Thursday, oh, Friday you're off, and then bleeds into Saturday and Sunday. Oh, 3-day weekend.
Hmm.
And my friend happens to give me two brand new games, Mortal Kombat and then a game I just didn't know what I was gonna play, Halo.
Hmm.
See, it brought me back to those times. And Final Fantasy VII did that for me, man. I had such a good time playing that game, even though it was straightforward. I like Final Fantasy is so well directed. I don't think people give that enough credit.
They don't. They don't.
And I'm like, this is good food. I am happy.
Hmm.
This is what I was missing. It's this direction in games that I'm able to connect and fall in love with the characters, fall in love with what is happening to the characters,
Hmm.
their backstories. And so playing Final Fantasy VII and even Integrate giving me a preview onto like, yo, if this is how the next game plays, it's it's a perfect game to me.
Yeah.
As far as gameplay,
Hmm.
story, I enjoyed the story. Again, it's well directed. The dialogue is okay. I'm okay with the dialogue. I get what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting Mass Effect levels of writing.
Right. Right.
Even though if they decided to, it could have gone there.
Mm.
But that writing would I think that writing would spark change that people don't want, right? Because if you write something with have great dialogue and great exposition XYZ, hey, what if we do this? Is gonna come up.
Yeah. For sure.
Um,
And
you
then, of
know,
course, you have the hardcore fans that are just like, "How dare you?"
well, it's not even turn based. So what are we talking about? It's
They've
not
been
even
mad
turn
about that for
based.
years.
And I want to be the first person to say it, or the 100th or millionth person to be say it. I don't care.
Mm.
I don't care. I don't care. You think I don't care about playing Resident Evil 7 in first person?
Mm.
Give me Leon Kennedy over the shoulder all day.
Right.
I like I'm over the first person. You know, I'm gonna do my little documentary, but that's just me. You feel me? I'm over first person.
Mm.
I'm not gonna spend $20 to look at homie back or my toes. I mean, just
Yeah.
to look at homie toes and
Mm.
pay all these money for cosmetics. I want to see my full body in motion.
Right.
I want to see how I look. But back to Final Fantasy, I think it brought me back to a time to where I was actually very happy to play a game. I loved the missions. I loved how hard it was too.
Yeah.
I loved how hard it was. I loved it. I loved not being able to move forward until I figured this thing out. Just like the old days where we didn't know what was going on.
Hmm. And you end up getting
So
jumped by the most random things. Like to me, it was those little kappa in the sewer, the ones with the spears that could turn you into a frog and do like the.
yeah,
I'm like, fam,
those
what is happening?
as soon as I saw Buddy, as soon as I see those guys on the field, it's AK-47 weapon swap.
Hmm.
Like, no, I mean, just Final Fantasy VII was just like, man, if the next Kingdom Hearts could make me if the next Kingdom Hearts makes me feel like that they do a remix even close to that original soundtrack,
Oh,
it's over, bro. Like we got memes of the how the commercials made us feel.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That junk was tranquility. I like hold up, we gonna go off of the topic a little bit, and we can do that because we're in rest mode lounge. But I remember some of the hardest dudes coming up to me. Hey man, hey, what's that Kingdom Hearts game? I said, oh. And after that, I got myself a bodyguard for the whole year.
Mm,
Another bodyguard for another year. Hey, you draw? Hey man, dog, look. Now you see that these guys, you're very like just the black community is very artistic.
yeah.
You feel me? We like the stuff that people should like.
Mm,
This is what you need. This is the beats you need to hear.
mm, mm.
You know what I'm saying? This is the action you need to see. This is the type of body frame we enjoy.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And now y'all want to hop on the bandwagon like y'all created it. No. But anyway, not to say they created anything, but I'm just saying like this was already popular in the Latin and black community. Like it
Mhm.
was just a given. You know what I'm saying? This is nothing new.
Yeah, it's just like, come appreciate this with us.
Yeah, that's what we was trying to introduce you to banana pudding
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
before
Yeah.
with the ice cream, but y'all ain't want y'all want to budge. But
Mm.
now, but I just think like man, I was losing my point.
You're saying with Kingdom Hearts and how
Yeah,
it
with Kingdom Hearts, I think if with Final Fantasy, man, and enjoying Final Fantasy, that leads me to the point I wanted to make. Like, I didn't beat part two. I got to get my PlayStation back.
mm.
I'm just gonna go for a pro. I don't care.
I mean, it's not a yeah, no, it's not a bad
eBay.
investment. It's just based
Yeah.
on the way things have not been as optimized for it lately. Where it's like
Mm,
anytime when you see these reviews, it's like, yeah, Ghost of Yote plays better on a base PS5 than the Pro sometimes. It's like, what was the
okay.
whole what was the point?
Well, then I don't know. Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
you know, I'm not saying
But
it's not that they won't fix it, but it
yeah.
just, as of this recording, it's like it's a mixed bag. Weirdly enough.
Um. And yeah, back to it being well directed. I was inspired, man. I was inspired to draw. I was inspired. I was inspired, man. I could breathe. I could that felt good. This is a genre I really love. This is why I play video games.
Hmm.
And I just it sucks that people don't enjoy they say I'm hearing people don't enjoy this one. They saying it's not a one for one. I'm just, hey, listen, you can still play that game anywhere.
Yeah.
You can even pirate it. Go do that.
You don't have to pirate it. They released a competent remaster with accessibility options. You can turn on
Yeah,
infinite health
yeah.
and speed through it.
Yeah, then do that. It doesn't have to be the order Expedition 33. It doesn't have to be Expedition 33.
Mm.
I'm glad that game exists, but would I have played this new Final Fantasy had it played like that? Maybe not.
And I promise you, as much as they say that they wouldn't, if they had played like Expedition 33, they would still complain.
Mm.
The rose tinted nostalgia glasses when it could not to be fair, not it's not just the Final Fantasy fandom, although they're some of the worst sometimes. But it's like this way of like it's not the way I remembered it, therefore it's not good. It's like there's some truth to that. I'm not gonna say that every single game that gets modern controls is therefore made better for it. But I think in terms of modern sensibilities of like I'm almost glad that we got 16 and Remake so close together so you could see of like this is what happens if they go full action. You don't want them to go full action.
16, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
16. So we're gonna
Ah,
have this which still has action elements, but it still has status effects and equips and boosts
I
and
think
grinding, you know?
I'm gonna go back to Final Fantasy. We can talk about Final Fantasy 16. You can stop me, to go on back to the topic, but 16 would have been good had they not set me up for false expectations. What do I mean? I thought it was going to inherently play like an open world Final Fantasy Witcher game, or it would have expanded upon 15
Mhm.
open worldness.
Mhm. Which, I
That's
mean,
what.
technically it did. Technically.
But no,
Technically.
it didn't, and Imma say why it didn't. Because to me, this gives me the same falseness of Dragon's Dogma 2's falseness.
Mm.
Like, Dragon's Dogma 2 is the most claustrophobic game you'll ever play, and essay's coming out very soon.
'Cause I was gonna say if once you start getting clippers, they're gonna clip you up for you saying it like they're gonna clip you up like the news when they say the same lines. I don't know if you've seen those compilations. Like,
Yeah,
here's S
yeah.
Rank saying Dragon's Dogma 8 times.
Yeah, like, it's the most claustrophobic game I've ever played in my life,
Mm,
because it's showing me this vast world that when I interact with it, it gives me it I feel nothing. There's no level of exploration,
yeah.
right? So for me, with Final Fantasy 16, I thought it was going to be a Witcher, with the storylines are going to be dynamic, the kingdoms was going to be places to visit, and then there's games that did it better. Like, how do you not take a script from Tales of Arise and
Mm,
apply it to Final Fantasy? If you would have copied Tales of Arise to the T and just added your kaiju battles, you would have had a 10 out of 10.
mm.
Had you let me do and create my combos like Bayonetta, where I can expand and gain different weapons, then the complaints would have been less. It would have been a better overall action game.
Of course, because now
But
it's now the what is admittedly a good idea, right? Of like now you're taking on the traits of Shiva and Bahamut and all these characters would feel better because it would mean something. Of like, oh, you're doing I don't know chaos damage with Odin. It's still the same combo. Like nothing
and then
changes.
no elemental damage,
Yeah.
no, like, you limit the tactician in me that wants to, hey, this is Devil May Cry but with strategy. That's
Mhm.
fire. Like, I can't, this combo's not going to work on this enemy
Right, right,
because
right, right,
I'm not fire.
right, right.
I'm not stealing. That would have been a great mechanic to introduce into the game itself, and I'm playing only as one character.
Yeah.
That, whereas I'm playing as Final Fantasy 15, and I can play as those characters.
Or even again, like the thing that I've joked about on the main part is like the thing that's funny. I'm like, I'm pretty sure the 16 team and the 17 are probably across the hall from each other. So I'm like, how
Across
do
the
you
hall.
go as a 16 developer, walk into the sevens room, see what they're working on, and be like, let's get back to our one singular character with no elements.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, they're just swapping between Barrett. He's shooting, showing off a shot. Tifa's juggling someone like a Tekken character. Aerith is Dumbledore up in the corner, just
just doing crazy spells, you feel me? Genjutsus or whatever you have.
yeah.
And I'm like really disappointed, because I'm like, yo, is this the same combo I'm doing throughout the entire game? I don't get another weapon? And you're the Devil May Cry? What? How do you This is the game where you can do whatever you want. This is Final Fantasy 16.
But how do you stack something like that up to 7? Because technically, 7 has a finite combo also. It doesn't necessarily feel that way, but it is the same combo loops over and over again,
It is
technically.
the same combo loops, but you can add how do I say? You can add materia to expand it. You can
Mhm.
add a materia to play defensive. You
Mhm.
want your counter mechanics? You can add a materia to that one weapon that you like so much, and now you have a 17 hit combo list because of that materia.
Mhm.
And then if you unlock it, you have access to all the other combos from the other weapons. I think that, because to me, when I was playing as Cloud, I was like, yo, this is getting a little stale.
Mhm.
Until I started to read what the material, I said, oh, oh, oh. Suddenly it's not as bad.
Mhm.
I'm enjoying myself right now. So, with 16, if had it stuck to the Witcher formula, whereas you're interacting with NPCs and you can change the outcome of whatever, it would have been the perfect game. That's what I thought they were going for. You keep telling me we're going for Game of Thrones. There's not going to be people of other nations in here. So we're gonna make sure this is the best story, but we can get a flying dragon to come across the screen.
Hmm.
We can get a kaiju battle. Let's do that. But yeah. So the point I was making is I'm excited to see. I don't know how they're gonna do Final Fantasy 3 Part 3. I'm excited, man. I hope they cover Advent Children. I hope we
I,
play
I
some of that because
I
I
think they
want to see
will
the
in
fusion
some
sword.
way. Yeah, I think they will in some way. I think the thing for me that as a as a rebirth defender is like I think there's such a thing as over delivering, and I
Mhm.
feel like with rebirth they did a little bit too much, right? So it's like some of the
Like Tenet.
valid. Yes, right? So some of the valid critiques of Remake was that like, "Hey, this is cool and all, but I'm still in the sector." Like literally every single thing react is about me being by the reactor. Your side missions, go rescue this cat. Go stop this creature that keeps, attacking the fence. Like it didn't leave the room for the open world RPG that Final Fantasy 7 is. So I felt like with Rebirth, they kind of overcompensated where it's like, we're going to give you 40-minute games and you're gonna have all these different things, and you're gonna have these area bosses, and it's like it's a mixed bag of like some of these ideas were really good. All these feel like some of these feel like filler. Like when I showed you the picture of Kid G, I'm like,
Mhm.
we did not need this character in this game. We did not need this character, But then it's just like, but I also like the way you had to kind of unlock the summons, where it's like you go into this area and it's like, yo, you can't just get Titan. Titan is considered to be a god of this area. Like, so you got to go to his shrine and track down this. I'm like, that's a good idea. So I feel like the third one, obviously, you can tell they're going to do like a three-party synergy attack for sure. If Rebirth brought two, part three is going to bring three. You're going to have,
Oh, if you let me stack like I'm Yu-Gi-Oh or Cubics from
yeah,
WB,
yeah.
let's do it.
You're
You
gonna
feel me?
have Cloud, Barrett, and Tifa doing some type of combination.
Oh yeah,
Vincent,
yeah.
Sid, Yuffie doing
Bring
some type of
Voltron,
combination. Yeah.
bring
Hmm.
Voltron Force together. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. To me, I'm like, it's
Okay.
one of the most refreshing combat systems we've had in years. So it's like, there's not much that needs to be. You don't have to reinvent the wheel for part three, in my opinion. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? Like, I think, um, yeah, I don't have any critiques as far as combat. Like I feel like they were able to do things with characters that I didn't think would be possible. Like I didn't
mhm.
expect Red 13 to be good, to be honest,
But he was.
but he was.
Okay.
I still
Okay.
ended up kind of like picking my favorites. Like I told you before, I'm like, once I had my hands on Yuffie and integrate, I'm like, she's gonna be a main in Rebirth, and she
Yeah,
was.
she was fire. She was
I
fire.
can throw an elemental Saruk.
And blow it up.
And yeah, I had my party.
Yeah, yeah,
Cloud, her, and support. I don't care who fills in the third slot.
my thing is, like, how are they gonna handle the fusion sword? Excuse me, because that's a
Um,
serious weapon.
it'll just be a stance, like so, kind of like how Cloud has the heavy stance. Where he
Mhm,
takes the sword into like almost like a different hand. Like
mhm,
you could literally have a stance where he just separates the sword because
mhm.
essentially he only really uses all the parts of it for like a limit break. He's not constantly using it in his fighting skills. Most
What
times
if
he
they
was
do,
dual
though?
wielding.
What if they do, though?
They don't have to. They'd be fired, but
Yeah, they don't, but
I,
then that's crazy.
I'm kind of more curious to see how they're gonna pull off the kaiju battles in that, and because the latter half of Final Fantasy VII, I guess spoiler alert if anyone has never played the 1997 game, but
Mhm,
at a certain point, the planet has essentially their version of Godzilla, a couple of Godzillas actually, that they bring forth to kind of regulate the planet because Sephiroth is slowly destroying it. So once he starts bringing his plan into motion, they're called the weapons, and
mhm.
there's like the ruby weapon, the omega weapon, and I think there's another weapon. I think there's like four of them, and they're in different parts. And one of the weapons is a mandatory boss battle. And when you're fighting him, you're basically like swinging at his foot. That's how big he is. So I'm like, you have to do this in the story. How are you gonna do it?
Yeah, because we not gonna just wait for a Titan for the great with the stomping, the trembling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about I didn't get that far. Because I've never beaten Final Fantasy. This is my I don't know. To be honest with you, I've admired Final Fantasy players,
Hmm.
respected them for beating it, but I wasn't doing at that time, I was not gonna do no, real-time strategy or, RTS, anything like that. I
Hmm.
mean, turn-based. I wasn't
Yeah.
gonna do that. I wasn't playing it, because 'cause I'm exposed to Ninja Gaiden beat 'em ups. You're not gonna tell me to turn off my reflexes
Right.
and just and
And
yeah.
hope that you can raw
And hope
dog the
that
enemy with
I
your
hit the
stats.
enemy
Yeah.
yeah, with
Hmm.
my stats, like, no. Um, I think with Final Fantasy, Part 3, to me, from what I'm getting, people don't like the ending of Part 2. It kinda reminds them of The Matrix, I guess?
It reminds me of Kingdom Hearts.
Okay, wow.
Because the Matrix is like when you go back to the Matrix.
I mean, The Matrix 2.
Yeah, you go back to the Matrix
Okay,
too.
yeah.
Like it's sets itself up of like you're gonna have to really try to pull this off in three, and it kind of didn't. So I think
Mhm.
sometimes like when you again in hindsight, you're like, man, I remember this feeling, and I was left disappointed. So I kind of
Okay.
feel like that's what they're going into with. But I'm like, it's understandable. I do think that there's a couple of things where it's like I feel like you're doing this unnecessarily. Like what I was telling you and Tim about like what they're doing with Zach and the thing of like my theory is I still think he is dead, but he doesn't realize it yet. But there's also a thing where I'm like, I couldn't be completely wrong. And he is alive. Right. Because like it's like, oh, the possibilities of the live stream are endless. And it's like, you don't have to do this. I promise you. We don't have
Yeah.
to fight the Sephiroth beyond space and time. I promise you we do not. We don't.
Um, but you had made an interesting point. You were saying that you kinda hope that it ended like the Terminator. Like, they should just copy the Terminator for the storyline, and I was like, "Dog, this is you." I was like, "Bruh, the way I felt like I finished watching the movie when you told me that." Like, I felt like I finished Final Fantasy Part 3 when you
Mm.
told me that. Yeah, Sephiroth from Average Children realized he gets defeated and says, "Yo, this won't happen again, mother."
Yeah,
And then
yeah, yeah.
I was like, "Yo." So he divides himself into 3 entities. Kadaj, uh, I don't know their names, bro.
Yeah, I don't. I've watched the movie multiple times, and I still don't fully know their names.
Yeah,
The two other brothers, is like, sure. Let's. When people say
ye
Kadaz, they know who we're talking about.
yeah, so I was like, "Man, that'd I hope they go that route." They can still go that route with this one, but, I don't know. But to be honest with you, like, Final Fantasy VII story is pretty incredible,
It.
right?
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about Sephiroth, right? I'm like, "Yo, Sephiroth is a clone from an entity called Genova." He winds up fulfilling the calling or the intentions of his mother anyway,
Hmm.
but through legitimate reasoning.
Hmm.
Wait, you mean to tell me I'm not the greatest soldier because I am? I'm the greatest soldier because I came out of a bottle.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna lose it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, now he doing he feel me like, oh, now homie doing, man, let me just do Meteor, dog.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's everybody's favorite move from Itachi, from the Uchihas to feel me?
I think because it just feels it's like it's fantastical on one hand, but also something that's like real world based. Of like we even if you're not a gamer, you know what a meteor is, right? So when you think about the concept of like somebody summoned an object from space
From
to get
space
you.
to get they hate you, kid. Oh my gosh, you know how much hatred.
Yeah. And it's like with Sephiroth in particular. I mean, again, you didn't play the original Final Fantasy VII, but I think you should look it up. When you face him in the final battle, his go to move is Supernova, and it's on record as being one of the longest running attacks in the Final Fantasy series.
I seen it.
Yeah, because
I
you
seen it.
see him obliterate the Milky Way.
Neptune, Saturn. Listen, I think I saw that ending when I was a kid, when YouTube was truly free,
Yeah.
like YouTube's early stages. And I was watching, I finished watching Rurouni Kenshin. I forgot what episode. It was Kenshin versus Saito the
Mm,
first time. And I'm reading the Japanese dub. I'm like, dog, I missed this.
mm, mm.
And so I go in, I stumble upon the last attack. And then there was a show on G4 called Cinematech where they featured that ending,
Oh, okay.
that attack.
Mm.
And then I was just like, yo, this is Sephiroth? I want no parts. And for me, my first encounter with Sephiroth was in Kingdom Hearts when he was just walking around like a regular NPC. You see the and
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
run up to go splat him, and you do it's
And you
fight
see you see 8 pegs of where his health bar is. I'm like, his I've never even seen that color of health bar. Like
blue, then silver.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like, yo, fam, listen, kid,
Yeah.
listen to me, man. Yeah, but I remember seeing that attack, and I was just like, yo, this game is insane. How are they still alive if there's no Earth? But anyway,
I mean, yeah, but
yeah,
that
but I understand what
yeah.
they were trying to implement.
Yeah, that he has world-ending powers, that so on and so forth. I think with Final Fantasy, I think for part 3, it's if what they're saying is true, everything kind of falls in line with the timeline that I want of like it'll probably be out by 2027 at the very
Mm,
latest.
mhm.
Every time they're asked about it, they're like, "Yeah, everything is going exactly as we planned it to." I'm like, nothing warms my heart more than things are going exactly the way you planned it to. Because the last thing you know, like whenever you hear like, "Oh, we're having some difficulties," you're like, "Oh no, oh no,
But
oh
I'll say this,
no."
this final I brought this up because Final Fantasy bleeds into what else we're gonna talk about, and it's the level of charisma behind this is
Mm.
saving it. In all honesty,
It is, and it's so the thing about that is like it is and it isn't. Like I find the conversation about modern Final Fantasy and just even Final Fantasy 7 in particular to be very kind of odd, where there's like unspoken respect for the franchise as a whole, but everyone is extremely critical when it comes to the games. It's weird. If like
I
go ahead. Yeah.
I just think it's gonna be one of these things to where I was so blind at the time to realize it was good.
That's what it feels like to me, but some at times I'm like, am I just saying that because I personally enjoy it? You know, like
But
that's kind of where I'm at a conflict of like, I don't think you guys are appreciating how good this combat system is and how hard it is to get a story this beloved this right.
okay, I would give you credit because you are you, right? I would say out of all my friends who have good observational skills, you're one of them. And so for you to say, I don't think you're like tripping at all.
Mm.
You know, I could see why you're afraid of the Kingdom Hearts storyline. I can see why it makes complete sense because I don't know what was going on ever since Kingdom Hearts 2. I
And I
said, "Yo,
couldn't explain it to you.
where's Sora? He's his nobody." And then Roxy's nobody is a somebody.
Yeah, because
So
Roxas was from a fragmented heart that was implanted in Sora before when Sora was a kid, and that's why they
so that,
look exactly alike.
oh, so Riku Sasuke too, right?
Yes,
Right?
yes.
Okay, so Riku Sasuke, but to me a more sensible Sasuke. But why did he turn bad anyway? It didn't really make any sense.
No.
No, it didn't. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But I say his armor looked fire. That was one of the hardest looking skins I was like, yo, whoever's in this art team, it,
Welcome to
well,
my pain as a Tetsuya Nomura fan.
fam, whoever's a part of this art team, I was like, I'm looking at this through the Game Informer magazine's Game Pro magazine. I'm like, I'm crying. I said, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
You feel me?
You don't
And
like
so
you don't think to yourself, I'm gonna give Mickey Mouse a hood and a golden key, and it's gonna be one of the rawest things I've ever seen in my life.
not only that, but you got 7 of the Akatsuki members
Yes. Yep.
also in zipped up jacket hoodies that zip up from different angles with 19 zippers on them and be like, "Yo, I think I'm liking this gothic scene right here, man." You know what I'm saying? Put the blade music on.
Yeah.
You feel me? But it's just like that's the thing about the story. Like it's just super. And then you telling the story continuously also on the Game Boy Advance, and then off of the Game Boy Advance on the PSP. Then you go back, and this is between 1, 2, and 3.5.
Mhm.
You mean DLC? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. This that,
And it's like,
but,
no, it was a crucial storyline point. I'm sorry. I didn't have the money for a 2DS at the time. I'm
yeah, I
sorry that
get
I
it.
missed this crucial backstory that's gonna play an important part later. I have no idea who this character is.
No idea. And then now you got this villain called Ansem, but he has 4 different versions of him.
Yeah, because he can
And
time travel.
because he can time travel at will through his own body inside
Yes.
his mind.
Yes.
What? Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm like, "Dawg, we dealing with Magneto, King the Conqueror." How do you beat someone who's thinking in the future and in the past, talking to himself, planning while thinking as himself, talking to himself,
Yep. The only
doing
his only limitation is he can't pass on his abilities to his past self. So any new technique he's learned, he can't give to his younger self, essentially. That's why he tries to possess younger bodies so he could be relevant in the future. He's kind of like an Emperor Palpatine to some degree, using like a Star Wars reference. Yeah. It's I know we're like all over the place, but I'm like that whole thing of everyone's hype for Kingdom Hearts 4. I'm like, speak for yourselves.
Okay, once I saw Sora in Final Fantasy World instead of the I was like, "Hey, we don't know what's gonna happen.
And
We're
that's
gonna we're gonna visit all Final Fantasy worlds, realms."
well, the ongoing theory in the fan base is the reason why they're putting him in that type of depiction is because they're going to lean into the newly acquired Disney properties. So it's like, how do you put Sora into Star Wars if you don't make him look realistic looking? And I'm like, that makes sense, but I don't like it. Like I think Kingdom Hearts is
Um,
reaching a point of like what started off as a novel idea that I think they mostly pulled off of like how do you mix Square Enix characters with Disney characters, give somebody essentially a blunt object as a weapon and turn it into a game. I'm like, we've kind of lost the plot with that. And I feel like it spills over into Final Fantasy proper of like people have been theorizing of like what can 17 look like? And I'm like, I have no earthly idea. And I don't think they know either.
well, I think with Final Fantasy 16 stopped the momentum of what they wanted to do. It definitely put fear in them.
Absolutely.
Should we add black folks this time? Should we?
Right?
You
Imagine
feel me?
it's not like everybody loved Barrett in this game or anything like that. Like it's not like all the other black characters you've created have been beloved characters throughout our franchise.
Well written, which is
Which, given the era that we grew up in, them not being just another caricature is an accomplishment in and of itself.
right. No complaints from the black cast
You're
of
right.
no
He's
complaints.
a little
Feel me?
Mr. T inspired, yes, but he's not a Mr. T.
Which would be okay even if he was,
Yeah.
because I like Mr. T,
Yeah.
and he has depth. As
Absolutely.
as 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 wild as he is,
Yeah.
he knows why he puts on what he puts on and why he looks the way he looks, you know?
Mhm. I
I
agree.
can respect somebody like that.
I agree.
Um, and so yeah, man, like Final Fantasy, Kingdom Hearts. I'm looking forward to just the overall gameplay and how well, and then just yes, the charisma is getting people a little worrisome, but I rather that than no personality.
I agree. I think to piggyback off of that, I think which I think I said on the main part, but I'll double down on this. One thing I will say about Final Fantasy 16 is I like Clive as a character. I do. I genuinely like Clive as a character. I think the cross promotion stuff he's been involved in hasn't been the greatest, right? I don't think him being in Tekken is doing him any favors, but I like
No.
him as a character, right? I'm like, I enjoyed his journey story wise. So it lets me know that Square Enix still knows how to write characters that we care about, if that makes sense. It's just, are we gonna get another ensemble cast? Right? Of like, I don't know if there's been a universally beloved cast since like 10. 10 was like the last time everybody was like, I like everybody.
Since we're here, let's go ahead and play around with 17. What should they go for? Let's just say.
Um,
what are you in the mood for? You know what I'm saying? As far as story, what type of story do you like, and what story in recent years have you really enjoyed to where like, yo, I would love to see a mix mash of this?
That's a great question. It's tricky because we've kind of seen it all and done it all as gamers who were raised in the 90s of like, especially in the Final Fantasy realm, it's like, okay, what else could you really do? You've done so like if six is saving the world from a crazy ruler, right? If seven is an environmentalist story for the most part, eight deals with I guess child abuse, for lack of a better term. And it's like so you have these characters where it's like it's all comes against different forms of oppression, but in different ways that we've seen before. So with 17, I'm like, I'm hesitant at futuristic, right? I'm like, I don't know if I want to see like a tech world, but then how more real world day to day can you get than like seven or eight? You know, like what else could you do in terms of world building that would be interesting? Um, that we would care about. Like I feel like even 15 took things in a different direction of like one of the opening shots in the trailer is the cast driving around in a car. You never saw that before in the Final Fantasy series. Harry and Saga gets a gas, you know.
You know which I'm gonna be honest with you, Final Fantasy 15. If you if y'all would have just expanded upon it, man, would have been probably one of the
But it had so much problems behind the scenes.
you
It's
know
a victim of behind the curtain chaos.
yeah no 1,000% because it was supposed to be verses,
Yes.
and then now it turns into mm?
Yeah.
Mm? He was supposed to be going up against 13, right?
Yeah.
Lightning, right?
I don't know if he's gonna go up against Lightning, but essentially it was supposed to be more. I think some of the elements stayed the same, but it was supposed to be more of a political tied in storyline.
You know what? What was 13's story dealing with?
13 was a little bit more futuristic. I don't remember the full thing because I thought the gameplay of 13 was extremely boring personally. Even though ironically 13 is what introduced the stagger system, which I think is a great idea. I just remember being in college, my roommate got 13. I would like sit down and watch him play after class, and I was like, I am not interested
The
in
graphics is crazy.
they were, but I'm like, I
Crazy.
don't want to see Odin the bike. I don't know what are we I don't know what we're doing here.
Yu-Gi-Oh! 5 V.
So that's why I'm hesitant to say futuristic. 'Cause I'm like, I don't want whatever they were doing with 13. Of like, you become the summon. What? No, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to become Odin. That's crazy. You know, like I feel like 16. If we were gonna go that route, 16 honestly went about it the right way as far as that goes. I don't. I'm tired of ye old English, right? I don't want to hear another. I don't want to hear another
Ma,
British accent
ma,
in
I,
these
I,
games.
I.
Please, please.
I'm calling it. How do you agree?
Yeah,
Me and Sir Lancelot, we're ready
yeah.
for battle.
Please, please, please. I know Ben Starr's an amazing voice actor for Clive, but please, please, gaming industry, can we
Son,
please not do this all the time?
you dare enter my chambers at this hour? Yes, father. The kingdom is fallen. The people starving. They no longer have faith in their king. And who are you? Are you to represent the people? I am to represent their prayers. Yes. Today, God has delivered me to you. Son, are you saying that you will kill your own father? Kill is a harsh word, father. I will simply remove you. The people deserve someone who is more noble than you, more aware of their needs. And what better way to answer the needs of the people than to remove the thorn in their sides?
The
This is
cr-
blasphemy.
the
You feel me?
crazy
Like,
part is everything you just said can sum up about 8 different games plots,
hey,
including
yo,
Final Fantasy 16.
oh my gosh, dog. But
Yeah, so
I'm gonna be honest with
yeah,
you. That's probably one of my favorite genres, though. I'll be honest with you, though. Because the thing is, with that timeline, every philosophy that you'll ever find to be created was created at that time. type of person that you'll ever meet. The systems were so refined enough that all you got to do is just go back to this time to see how this person moved.
Mm,
You see that nothing really changed. We just have faster way of doing things. Like travel is still travel. It just transformed. You don't use horse anymore.
mm,
Use cars. Oil's now the motive into you getting from point A to point B. Wait, you don't want to no longer float on the surface of the ocean? No problem. We got a submarine.
mm.
So it's just that I think for me, I don't know where they could cover.
Yeah,
I think what they could do is mix two worlds, two themes together. I think that'll be interesting. I think
but
that's
but
something
which worlds?
I really think if you take the best parts of Final Fantasy X, the best parts of Final Fantasy VII, and the best parts of 8, you got something there. You know, you do right. Say, I think you do, man. How are you gonna make this story? Hey, listen, I'm not the writer. That's not my responsibility.
Mm,
But I do think you have something there because now, let's say, I mean, I'm just gonna throw stuff out there. We'll probably revisit this theme again
okay.
later.
Mm.
But let me just throw stuff out there, even though it doesn't make sense. I would a theme that I would want to see. I wouldn't. I wouldn't mind. They kind of did that with Final Fantasy 16,
They've
but
done all of
yeah,
it.
yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Because like for me, I'm like I would want to see maybe like a neo futuristic element, but I'm like that's just seven. That's just seven. Seven has all those things of like, oh yeah, what if it took place in this? I'm like, no, that wasn't seven too. Like especially once I got into the Advent Children side of things, I'm like, everything that I would have thought is in seven. Cloud has a motorcycle that stores his swords. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what else? What else can
Okay,
I?
would you mind the Treasure Planet
um,
Final Fantasy?
yes. I think one of the things
The
that's the
Treasure
most,
Planet is a underrated
but
Disney movie,
I
dog.
think one of the things that's the most endearing about Final Fantasy, whether or not they'll admit to it, is that all of their stuff takes place on Earth. Sometimes they have space elements, but all of it is in on Earth or like a Earth-like setting, and that's what kind of makes it interesting. So I think if they take Final Fantasy, if they take
Agree with you
okay,
because I think with space elements, you just have to bridge people correctly to the idea of this being a lot more open. Because if we're gonna look at where the world is, if we were gonna go to space, it would be technically a country just
yeah,
floating in space.
I
Now it's way more dense, of course, way more dense, which is a good thing. You don't have to explore all of the world, right? You can create a world for yourself to where planets make, or you could travel colonies. Hey, I think that's fun because, hey, Mass Effect was dope. I love that. You know,
but then the problem, my counter question to you would be, but then how do you work in me summoning a fire breathing lion dog in space?
I think you could work that, bro. He could be from a planet. Like you could go to the planet to get a summoning. Like that. Oh, this is where this entity lies, and we go into this ancient. I think there's a lot of fun you could have with that, man. I don't think it's that hard. I mean, I think people they kind of because of the scale of space, people feel we gotta travel space. I'm exhausted already.
Mhm.
But I think there's a way you can do it because once I tell you Star Trek, you're like, oh okay. Once I tell you Star Wars, man, okay.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think but that's the like I said, the underlying thing with Final Fantasy is like there's certain things. It's like even though all the worlds are drastically different, there's a couple of underlying keytones that are always present, right? It's like there will always be a character named Sid in those like that kind of thing of Final Fantasy. Like it's hard to like okay, we know they got to put in the summons. They know they got to put in the summons. What does that look like in this world?
I think it's fun, man. I think I think this it's a room for it gives you room to break something and do something new.
Mm.
You know, I think so. I think space would be the next exploration. And you could make certain I think you could do it, man. If you take from games that already existed, I wouldn't mind a Final Fantasy Mass Effect. I wouldn't mind I wouldn't mind a Mass Effect. You gotta play Mass Effect, man. You gotta do it for your boy, dog.
Okay.
This I mean, I ain't asked you to play Elden Ring.
You did ask me to play Elden Ring
Hey, no, I'm
multiple
still gonna
times.
no, we're gonna do it together. This is gonna be the stream of a lifetime, dog. You got your PlayStation 5, right? You still
Yeah.
got your PS5?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we good. We gonna do this together. We gonna start from scratch. We gotta do it for the pod, bro. Gotta
Okay.
do it for the
All
pod.
right. All right.
Right?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, I'll buy for you. Don't even worry, but I got the finances covered, dog. All right, we got the finances covered. Um, but I think you could do it, man. I would love to see that. That's one. The second thing I'd like to see is a theme. Hmm, maybe, maybe seeing some storylines through different cultures. I don't know.
I
I
don't think they're
think
gonna do that. They're too afraid.
they're too afraid, but that's a possibility.
Yeah, it will be nice. It'd be a nice change
Um,
of pace, but they're too afraid. Clearly,
that'd be
they're too
nice.
afraid.
What cultures do I mean? Hey, I don't care as long as it's something different.
Mhm.
It's a different perspective. I'm all for maybe you can do a theme to where there's two protagonists, you know, and they meet each other. I would love if 16 uh, if 16 really um 16 could have easily taken from Naruto. It could have just Final Fantasy 16 Naruto and then with Attack on Titan storyline, I think it'd have been fire. But
That's kind of what they did.
yeah, but they didn't do a great job,
Oh
man.
yeah,
So,
their execution
you know
was
what I'm
not
saying?
there,
You know
but
what I'm saying?
the
So,
elements were
yeah,
there.
so that's flatline. Oh, that's a flatline, but let me keep throwing some stuff out there. I would really have to think deep about this. They already did Ancient World, Pinocchio's story. Um,
They've covered everything.
I mean, right now, I would say revisit certain themes, man. Maybe, jeez, what could you do, really?
Yeah, it's one of those things where like they're in a place now of like I don't envy y'all at all. I don't know what I would say is going to be something that's going to go down well with people. Like I don't I can't think of something on top of
So,
my head where I'm
do you
like I
think
think the masses will like it.
do you think it's because of the times we're in, people are a little bit more aware and sensitive to but I don't see why that would be a problem because that's what Final Fantasy's always done. It
Um, it has always done that. I think it's more so the fatigue, right? Of like there's a part of me that still believes in the idea of gaming being used as escapism, right? So it's
Mm.
like if I'm like, man, I'm having such a real like there's just so much going on, the political violence, the day-to-day violence, the this, the that, the economy, the other. And it's like you cut on a game that's like the political violence. Like you're like, yo, I am drowning in emotions right now. Like so I
But
think it would take a expertise level of writing to kind of work that in a way that doesn't feel overwhelming for the player.
you don't think it's okay to revisit certain themes, though?
I do. It just depends on the theme, right? So like even with Seven, it's like Seven is about a bunch of eco terrorists. Essentially, they get caught up in a bigger thing, and when you're playing through Remake and Rebirth, that theme is not lost.
Is
It's
there
still about eco terrorists. Like
okay, so is there any theme to where you play as a mercenary?
as a merc, I mean Seven,
Oh, wow,
eight.
you're right, 7, you are a mercenary,
That's what I said.
jeez.
Seven checks off a lot of the boxes all at once. So to me, I'm like, it would. You know what? I wouldn't mind it covering current events, and this is gonna sound crazy at glance if it approaches the events like the most recent Superman movie. So when I say that, what I mean is I think DC made the mistake. Not made the mistake. It was a sign of the times for sure. Of like, let's remove the hope and optimistic angle from Superman. Add grit. make him more relatable, like that kind of thing.
I love it.
There's a way to do that without making him come across as the reluctant savior.
I think that was okay for the first movie where we're literally seeing him. I think part two would have been a better outcome, a more different story. That's why I can't give everybody the like. We got this is the first of it. What it is, right? Even Bruce Wayne showed reluctance to becoming Batman. So
Mhm,
I think for the first movie, him not actually, him seeing the aftermath, I didn't save those people in the building. I wasn't thinking that. Like, man, we destroyed the city.
mhm.
Now Superman actually becoming like, this will never happen again. The weight of the first ending of the first movie from part two, the weight, that would have been a Superman who would have been more aware of what he's capable of and say, I'm not gonna let anybody die again. And that right there would have been such a defining moment because the weight could be felt. That's what I took it as.
Mhm.
I know people wanted to see Superman doing it from the very beginning, but like how do you do it as an alien? Like he doesn't know who he is, he doesn't know what to do. I like that. And then he's like, you know what? I've made my decision.
Mhm.
I'm going to save as much people as I can. Superman realizing, I can't save people from sickness. Man, that's that's crazy. And this adding to his character. I think people would have loved Superman so much more because now they understand why he does what he does. That
But
would have spoke to me hard more, but versus because this one he's already Superman, which is okay. I
yeah,
agree they like the high color stuff, but I really felt like that was because that would have transformed. I think that would have added more weight to him. Now Superman is actually this happy. I know Batman versus Superman, they did not show any of that
at all.
at all, but we already know who's behind it.
Yeah.
WB. Hey, let's catch up to
Let's
where
catch up
let's
to
catch up
5
to
years of,
where
Marvel films right now.
and do you think Marvel gave you anything happier? My king.
Well, yeah, but
S-
I
s-
I
Mr.
think
Stark. Mr. Stark.
but I think
I don't
that I think
I
the
don't
thing
feel so
is,
good.
like, to kinda, delve into a little bit, I think there is nowadays in our world a general underlying feeling of hopelessness and helplessness, of like people don't feel like they can change things, people don't feel like things can change, people think we're now in a race to the bottom, right? So I think anything, at least for me, anything that kind of, when I see somebody is like, yeah, I see the darkness but I choose to smile anyway, in this current landscape, I give a little bit more credence to. So that's why I'm like, I enjoyed. I don't. I mean, it has its problems. Don't get me wrong, but I enjoyed the most recent Superman movie because it gave me elements of that from Superman's character. Of like, here's all these things that are going wrong. Like I really have no reason to like be hopeful given the circumstances, but I'm going to be anyway. I'm gonna persist and move past how I'm feeling to hopefully get to a better outcome. I think if the next Final Fantasy explored themes like that in terms of wanting to be current or however that might look,
I
I'd be
would
open to
love
it.
I would love for Final Fantasy to be bright like 10. I
I
would
mean,
love that.
10 is not the brightest.
No, I mean not in foreign storyline. I'm talking about color.
Oh, because I'm
Aesthetic.
like,
Aesthetic. Yeah, no. 10 is definitely that. When I saw the line, what was that? Leomon storyline,
yeah,
my heart broke. I'm
they-
like, this man is gangster.
yeah,
But
they're not the
he's
most
not.
pleasant of stories. The
No,
plot
I
twists
I
don't
think
help with the joy
at all.
whatsoever.
We're all dead? All of us?
I never
No,
survived. Oh, okay.
because of that, I don't like 10 like that.
Mm,
10 betrayed me. Where Final Fantasy has more hope than 10,
mhm.
oddly enough, which is a darker color palette.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Final Fantasy, dog, they go to church and they get blessings in the church. Buddy get healed from a sickness in the church. That geostigma is
Yeah, yeah.
gone.
Yeah,
By the
yeah,
material, you feel me? Is gone.
yeah.
You feel me?
I
Like there's hope. You feel me?
yeah.
But
Maybe they should just revisit the older games and bring them into a modern light.
hey, listen, I want a Final Fantasy 8. I think a Final Fantasy 8. Oh, but how are you gonna expand? They'll do it. Give me the
Mhm.
fluff. Give me the fluff like Jigglypuff. I
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but I think yeah. I think in space would be good. I think if you wink wink get inspired by a certain wink wink pirate, I wouldn't mind either. Um,
That's what Kingdom Hearts is, though. Technically, that's the see the irony of what you're saying is like they have all these the breadcrumbs of everything and just don't do it.
hold on. Let me go turn on the light.
All right,
Let's see better.
all right, okay, recording it. Yeah, that's the irony of that's what Kingdom Hearts is. You go to different worlds and liberate them from the darkness. That's the
Uh, but
that's,
the thing is,
that's
the
what I'm saying.
darkness has no personality, all right? You get what I'm saying? Then I'm not talking to anybody.
No,
I'm
and
talking to a thing,
well,
which is like,
that's what Kingdom Hearts 2 kind of rectify with the nobodies. Like the nobodies all have personalities,
okay,
and
yeah,
they've
but
done it. They've done it. That's what I'm saying. Like
uh,
it was a great question because I am truly stumped. Truly stumped. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do that would please the masses, and I don't think they know either. To be fair, and I don't blame them.
would you be mad? Would you be irate if they give you a Final Fantasy Ancient Time Warriors game?
Um. Yes.
You'll be angry?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We're already starting to feel it, like, a little bit, like, I think it's not being said right now because the qualities of the games have been so good, but if you think about the past year and a half, it's been samurai this, ronin that, ninja this, like, a lot of the games have kinda hit the same ballparks of set back in such and such time frames, like, this time period piece game only got but so many more entries before people are like, "Alright, enough."
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and say it, man. Give me a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure theme Final Fantasy.
No. No.
You don't think so? You don't think if they do a part 5?
No.
Why not?
I wouldn't mind a
When I
JoJo
say
game.
the when I say themed, I mean like you can borrow for some of the beats from like 5, part 5. I think part 5 would work. For a template for a storyline, I think part 5 works.
Oh, man, I don't because the thing with
The only thing with part 5, instead of having instead of having one major villain boss, you could have imagine Dio, Cars, and Dio, Cars, Devolo, and give me the last one.
Gucci.
That's my Kira
Oh,
or
Kira.
Poochie,
Mm.
all working together.
Again, maybe it's my tired long-term gaming brain. I'm tired of the good guys banding together to fight the assortment of evil forces. I'm over it. I'm over it.
Or what if Cloud and Sephiroth team up together to take out an impending evil? Hmm?
I'm over it.
Yeah.
I don't want like, and it's like I'm not even saying it like it's a bad idea. Like I am just personally mentally fatigued of the great evil. I'm over it, bro. I'm over the. We got to put aside our differences to. Oh my, okay. You know, like
How
I'm
about
over it.
we put aside our differences for a time and then we go back at it? Like you know what I'm saying?
No.
All right. How about Fist of, do you know anything about Fist of the North Star storyline? Okay, would you want a Final Fantasy game to where Buddy just only cares about becoming the strongest warrior?
No,
There's no Final Fantasy that's done like that.
no.
Fist of the North Star
Because
theme?
then I would just think of Dragon Ball Z. I would just think of Goku saying, "I want to get stronger than even stronger." What are you talking about?
All right. I want a Berserk themed Final Fantasy.
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that. I
Okay.
just it just depends on the time period because now we're talking about ye old English again, and I don't want that.
But set in modern times, modern-ish times, or the future.
I could do modernish times.
Like a Final Fantasy 15-ish?
Um, I would say kind of like, and I don't mean this in terms of like the year, but I've been watching the Alien series on FX where they're actually showing how the Earth was before people started going off into these space adventures. And
Mhm.
essentially, the planet is divided up into like sections that are ran by the trillionaires. So, like, Will and Yutani owns like Africa in this area, and then this company owns America and Europe. And it's like, I could get behind a game like that because that is seemingly where we're headed in terms of like we're not this ain't as fantastical as it once sounded of like
Okay,
the moneymakers is running everything.
so then it wouldn't be wrong for a cyberpunk-esque. Okay, I'd say cyberpunk meets old English times as
No,
far as the summonings.
no
Why
more
not?
ye old English.
No, no,
No
when I
more.
say old English times, I'm just talking about as far as the lore and how things became, but not the modern times. Kinda like an Attack on Titan-esque, to
Um,
where you have to connect with the old to be able to function. Like, there's a forgotten skill that you recently discovered that this team of people are using, this, um, the way the world is actually ran type things, like the people behind the movement of the world and the new world order type stuff theme.
I
I
guess it
think
would
that'd be
depend
cool.
on how it's implemented. I mean,
Okay.
it does feel a little one piece ish, but
Mhm.
it's not a bad place to take inspiration from, to be honest. So
Not
I'm
in
not a
recent times, it's not at all.
yeah, yeah. So I'm saying
No,
I'm not against that idea
you got people
pulling from that
standing like
theme. Yeah.
got people standing like
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, but we can move on. I mean,
Alright.
we already spent like an hour on Final
Yeah, we
Fantasy
did, we
alone.
did, we did, we did, we did. Alright.
But to move the topic forward a little bit, one of my topics that I suggested was just given the hype coming off of the most recent Sony State of Play with Wolverine of it kind of caught me by surprise because the way people were dogging the alpha footage of like if the game is anything like this,
And
you
it
could
wasn't
keep
looking
it.
it wasn't looking good, bro.
But that's the thing. I'm like, and I said that at the time when we talked about it. I was like, but it's alpha footage. Like we again, if you see some of the alpha footage for certain games, bro, it'd be looking like a complete like I didn't think this was Metal Gear Solid. Look at this test footage. Solid Snake looks crazy here. Like just T poses everywhere. you know, um, so I'm like, given the fact that the hype is there. Of course, you're gonna have your usual complainers. I showed you guys those screenshots from some of my favorite people on the internet. Gotta love them grifters. All we saw was quick time events. I didn't see any gameplay, and we were everyone like, I'm sorry, what?
Did it look like Wolverine wasn't pressing a button? Like, you think Wolverine was just, "Hey, let me just go ahead and cutscene this."
right,
No, that
right.
was you doing you f
Yeah. How many times do I
yo,
have to teach you this lesson, old man? Like-
you making me feel like I'm Wolverine from the Origins movie. You making me feel like I'm Wolverine from the X-Men that needed to be. I felt like I stabbed Magneto from,
yeah.
X-Men '97. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but like that. This is people telling on themselves. What I'll say, telling on themselves again of like, oh, so you don't play games? Cool, got it. But I'd say, given the immediate hype wave that took place of like, now we need, X-23 the game. Now we need Insomniac presents Marvel's Hulk, and so on and so forth. What do you feel about this next wave of superhero games that will inevitably be inspired by Wolverine, the ongoing success of Spider-Man, and the ongoing success of Marvel Rivals?
you wanna make money? You gotta do a Black Panther game.
I I so that would be your next big thing that should come out in terms of superhero IP.
Think so? Because that one, like, you could literally make him Batman.
You could.
And you can fulfill a need and he doesn't even have to be exactly like Batman. Imagine your Black Panther. It could be stealth. Like, think about make me want to play as this guy. Okay. This is how I'm looking at it. I can do stealth. I could literally crawl. with my not adamantium, vibranium,
Vibranium. Mm.
and then he steals adamantium because he said, "Yo, did you get the adamantium Black Panther suit? Nah, for real? Yeah. Did you know T'Challa got a suit to take on the Hulk? What you mean? No, no, no. Talk to me some more. You can do so much. You can even create to make the villains better. I think a Black Panther game would be so like you could literally make me Solid Snake slash Spider Man without the string and the wires, Wolverine at the same time. And I do martial arts. I can choke people out, scratch cars into pieces,
Mm.
open car, whatever vehicle is shown. I can literally target pounce. There's so much things you could do with Black Panther. Like he could run on walls. He could run, and when he really angry, he could run on all fours. There's so much stuff you can do with Black Panther that I feel like you can make people want to be Black Panther. The Black Panther that was in the Civil War movie, that's the version we want.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, this Black Panther just flipped over a truck. Well, yeah, he can do that. You know what I'm saying?
A
Wait, did
helicopter with a railgun fired at him on an open building.
you,
And he
you
still
feel
like
me?
wasn't a problem.
You could have Black Panther, you know what I'm saying? Like you infiltrate the Fantastic Four base because you can. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, I didn't like the fact that Reed Richards was doing some stuff. I felt like if he achieved this, he was going to put my country in danger. I'm here to sabotage it. I don't care if you're the Avengers. You could do so much. The Black Panther I would want would need to have a little bit of that Wolverine grit, that standoffness of Batman, and the tactician, and then the poise of Owlman. You got yourself a game.
But who
I'm
makes it?
Hey, listen. I don't know if Insomnia would like I to be honest with you, I want to give that team a break. Like they're human beings.
I am 100% in agreement with you. I'm not for this. Let them make every superhero game ever. I
No,
do
no,
not agree with that
give them a break.
group
Like give
think.
them a break. Like
Yeah,
after this, don't I'm sorry. Let them do the DLC of Wolverine Girl, and then the next game that comes out later, they'll do that. But they got to give them a break. Like you have to give these companies a break, or make two teams, and they have to do it the same way.
I agree.
You
Um,
know,
I mean, you watched the video I did, but when I was like, saying they should have a live servicing for the Great Web, I'm like, Insomnia is getting to the point, and I mean, maybe this is a conversation for like another thing, like another deep dive another time. Of like, is into the point where it's obvious that Sony's relying more and more on Insomniac because they know the quality they're able to put out. I'm like, well, then you're gonna need them to have the staff, and I don't want to hear about budget restraints with them ever again.
ever.
I don't want to hear, well, the rumors are they spent anywhere between 200 to 400 million dollars on Concord, but Spider-Man 2 is too expensive. All that is
What?
over.
What? Over. Overed.
Blank check budget for anything that somebody wants to do superhero related. If this is what we're going to do. And if you're not going to do that, which is again understandable, then you need to have them expand their teams in a way that makes sense. And like you said, have a team that only this is the Wolverine team. This is the Spider-Man team, and this is the one that lets Insomniac do whatever they want to do next. Because the worst thing you can do is put a creative into a bubble of like you can only create within the world that we made for you. That's the
Because
worst thing you could tell them.
at this time, you have to hire different teams to do it. That oh man, we're up next to do the Wolverine game. Let's do it. That's
Exactly.
the only
I
way.
agree.
That's the only way you could get success.
I agree.
Um, yeah, but who's gonna make the Black Panther game? I don't know. I'm gonna just be honest with you.
Hmm.
Maybe if it'd be blasphemous, but you gotta find that Wolverine Origins team. But you know what I'm saying? It'd be blasphemy, but that's the
That's
only way I
scattered
see
in
it
the
happen.
breeze, bro.
Scattered in the breeze. You wasted all that budget on man, y'all could have had yourselves game after game
Do you
after
know? So I listen to a lot of gaming podcasts like during the day. Of course, to
y'all
make
had
our show
Green
better.
Lantern walk, bruh,
You
the
know that
balls.
prototype was originally planned as a Venom game.
What prototype?
Prototype.
It was supposed to be a Venom game?
Yes. And because they weren't able to obtain the license, they reworked it. And once I found that out, I can't unsee it anymore. He can shapeshift to camouflage. He absorbs people for sustenance. Turns his arms into blades, kind of like Carnage. We could have had it all. Rolling in the deep. Bro, the horror
And
stories
then
you hear about.
you would have had Venom versus Venom, another type of Venom that you play as in part 2.
You could have introduced all the other symbiotes that are in like that particular world.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up, bro. I saw Last Dance.
I don't hate it as much as the internet does. I really don't. I really don't. You cut out some of the foolishness. Wasn't bad. Because when they brought in the little attack dog aliens, those things were horrifying. Horrifying.
Oh yeah, I mean, they were like trash. They were cheese graters,
Yeah.
man.
Of human bodies. And
Like,
symbiotes.
oh well, I can see why Symbiote is dead.
Yeah.
I just don't like the Null storyline. I
No,
think
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah, yeah.
like, wait,
Venom
w-
is too popular of a character with too rich of a history for you guys to be doing this. We
and
didn't know
like
what else to do, so we gave him a dance number.
he
Why?
doesn't he
Why does he
doesn't,
have a dance number?
and that's why the thing found him. I'm
Yeah,
like, I have to dance. God, I'm sorry, dog.
right.
That
Well, we
was
killed
that.
off Carnage. What else do you want us to do? What? What? This character's been around for like 40 years. He has his own laundry list of enemies. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, you could have like, uh,
But
you
let's,
could,
I mean, we could tie it back in,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Because the thing is, going back to, again, superhero games coming out, the other rumor is that we're still getting the Venom game. It's still coming. So essentially, to me, and maybe I'm in the minority pushing against, screaming against the tide of like, you don't turn Insomniac Games into a Marvel Games extension. So I'm like, at this point, let that be it. Venom, Spider Man, Wolverine, no more from them. Let them do that and have another team do something else. Um, I'm not mad at some of the internet requests I've seen for a Hulk game. I think what Insomniac's been doing that's been working very well is that they're taking elements from some of the favorite games of that character and making them more modern, right? So when you see in the trailer for Wolverine, it's like clearly you're inspired by Wolverine Origins, which is a great thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a good thing, right? So it's like whoever makes Hulk, look at Ultimate Destruction. That is your homework. It
Homework.
needs to feel like this.
Easy layout.
Yeah.
Easy. Like, you can't
They did the
mess
work
this
for you.
up. They did everything for you. I'm excited for the Wolverine game, man. Like, I liked what I saw. Um, and we won't go any deeper than that, but yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
But to me, I'm like, well, my question for you and the thing I wanted to discuss is like, yes, I do agree a Black Panther game makes sense. That's obviously why they're kicking around two different versions of a Black Panther game that we'll probably never see. Um, but I think given Marvel's games history in particular of introducing characters that are a little less well known, right? So it's like Cosmic Invasion, we're getting these characters that some people don't know, right? Marvel Rivals gave us Colossus's little sister in the base roster. It's like,
Daredevil.
who?
I would love a Daredevil game.
Made by who though? It would have to be
Dang, bro.
Rocksteady.
Yeah, it would
It
be.
would have to be
Or
Rocksteady.
or um Sleeping Dogs.
That's a good choice
Or
too.
or if Sega would love to do it, Yakuza.
But with Daredevil,
Yeah. Because you could add Shang-Chi in there. You could, I mean, not Shang-Chi, Iron Fist.
I wouldn't be mad at a Shang-Chi Sleeping Dogs.
Oh no, that'll be A1. You could even go as far as turning that thing into a Sifu.
Yeah. Yeah, get slow
but
clap games to make it. Oh
but
man.
but with more fantastical
Yeah, of course, elements. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
features. I think if you do a Luke Cage game, it has to play like it's not called Anarchy Reigns. It's called Chaos, not Chaos Region. Jeez.
It would have to be a Luke Cage and Iron Fist game though.
Yeah, no, you'd have to team them up.
Yeah, unfortunately he doesn't have an interesting enough move set for him to get his own game by himself.
You can make it. This is where you take. This is where I believe you as a video game company are responsible for it being fun. Whether you get great references from, because these things parry off of each other,
They do.
right? Nobody like Spider-Man was swinging like he was from Connecticut before Todd McFarlane got his hands on him.
Mhm.
You feel me? But when Todd McFarlane got his hands on Spider-Man, you had
Right. The acrobatic splash
that
pages,
acrobatic
yeah.
spat play. You got that Spider-Man page where the he just and the whole webs is behind him.
Yeah,
Then you
yeah,
get
yeah,
Venom
yeah.
with you know what I'm saying? You need they come off they borrow from each other,
Yeah.
right? Look like prime example, Wolverine Origins game. That was a game I did not know I needed to play, but again, see this is we were dealing with the remnant team of those guys that did the Hulk game, the guys that did the prototype game. You
Mhm.
you can tell you know what era they from. As soon as you hear that boom bap, oh, we about to get some bars. Nice
Yeah.
hot 16. Is that wait, Jada Kiss is in the Jada
But
Kiss
I
is
mean,
in the
to be
credits?
fair to us, we were also in the era of like when you thought about movie tied superhero games, only one came to mind as being good, which is Spider Man 2. The rest of them were horrible. So
Terrible.
when you're seeing Wolverine Origins, it's like, yo, did he just pick a guy up and put his head through a helicopter?
Yeah.
What?
What?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I really think it's bro, I don't know how this game is gonna go. I don't believe in it. I'm gonna say that right now, and even though that's one of my favorite characters, but Blade.
You can do a Blade game easily.
You could do a Blade game easily, but one's coming out, and I don't think I'm gonna believe in it easily
Oh, because of who's making it.
because of who's making it.
Yeah.
Um,
That's I think that's to me is like the thing that I know we early on for listeners who are, later onto the pod, we did a whole episode almost dedicated to superhero games. But I'm like, that was one thing that we kept saying of like, there's the ideas are there. It just depends on who's executing it
who's making it? Like, yo, you could turn Blade into Devil May Cry. You good.
easily.
You good.
Yeah.
You good.
In
You
fact,
right?
it would incentivize you to hire some of the team of Devil May Cry to make you a Blade game.
Did you know Capcom is making a Blade game?
Uh-oh.
And it's directed by I'm like, you know, you feel
Just drop the
like,
pre-order
dog,
link.
just drop the pre-order link, like, you feel me? And then yo, you good, man. You like now these luckily, I could see the interview. Luckily, Marvel gave us free liberty on how to do this interpretation from Blade. So, yes, he will play like your favorite gunslinger from our Capcom games,
Right.
but with a different twist. We liked elements from the Konami game Castlevania, and therefore we decided to take bits and pieces. Bruh, all you gotta do is take Blade 1 and fantasticize it.
Mhm.
And now you get Dracula's sword. He's already reaching Devil May Cry territories. Oh, buddy got Dracula's sword. what?
Yeah, his ultimate
What
in
do you
Marvel Rivals is a Zansetsuken, bruh. Zansetsuken
like
Blade.
bleed? You feel me? With the braids is different, dog. I'm AI with the
Yeah.
braids. You know what I'm saying? I'm AI with the braids. So now for me, man, I'm just like, okay, you could do Blade game, you could do I think any of those is on the table. Of course, if we do a Hulk game, like, bro, with all the anger that I feel, I need a game like the Hulk game. Ultimate
But
Destruction.
does it need to be next? Is my question.
Um,
Because if
it
people
could
are like it
I
needs to be
would
next,
I
I'm
would
like, I don't know if Hulk is what I want to see next. I want
no,
to
no,
see
no,
something
no.
in the vein of Ultimate Destruction. I just don't know if I need a Hulk game right now.
Okay, no, we don't. We don't, but if it happens, I'll be excited.
Oh, if someone was like, we got the team
You
back
know?
together, we're making like
You know?
Marvel's Hulk, I'm still gonna play it.
Okay.
It's just
Um,
like
I think if you do a Thor game, you got the best game to pull from.
God of War.
And
Uh,
Shadow of Mordor.
That team is in the breeze.
No, I'm saying you have a
No,
blueprint
yeah,
on
for sure, for
how to
sure,
make a
for
game,
sure.
you know? Um,
I honestly
uh,
wouldn't mind to see. I don't know how much in the breeze this team is, but I wouldn't mind seeing a Doctor Strange game made by the team that made the combat system for Forspoken. Have you seen the combat in Forspoken?
you prophesying right now, but go ahead, pastor. Go ahead, pastor. Go
Like the
ahead.
way
No, no,
she's
no.
doing the elements and the,
And that's why Final Fantasy 16 could have been the greatest game we've ever played had
right,
it had
because that was y'all team.
that was your team. And you gonna tell me this is not assets from Final Fantasy that y'all said, let's just make a game out of it.
Hmm.
You idiots. Y'all could have been like, I don't see y'all could
Yeah,
have done it.
yeah.
Y'all could have done it.
So I felt like
That could have been
yeah,
Clive could have played different. That could have been a different character, and then you would have been
golden.
gold.
Yeah, I think a
Gold.
Doctor Strange game with elements of Forspoken. I wouldn't mind seeing a Daredevil game. I think that would be
Now the
cool.
thing with Doctor Strange, where's the story gonna take place though? New York? Different realms?
Um,
You gonna do a little bit God of War-ish? Visiting different realms?
yeah.
Yeah? Okay. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing this stuff out there. I'm
No,
just
yeah, no, that
trying to
because I'm
bring
like
okay.
you could get really creative.
How would you okay, I will accept that. Or maybe the story takes place in this specific realm
For the most part, I think
for the most
you
part,
could visit
okay?
different realms. Like I think in terms of like you could have like a Marvel Zombies level. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of thing of like you have these
Mm.
things where it's like I don't know what you would pull from. Obviously, I'm not very caught up in Doctor Strange's arch enemies or anything like that. But even just the whole thing of like because we're the mainstream has been introduced to Doctor Strange and the multiversal things happening, your only limit is your creativity, right? If he goes to a world that again has the zombies, a world where they're all rendered as cartoons, like it's it's within the realm of what makes sense
Kingdom
for his
Hearts,
story.
Final Fantasy. I mean Kingdom Hearts, Doctor Strange, but mature. Okay, I accept that. I
Yeah.
like that idea.
Like I said, Shang-Chi, Sleeping Dogs,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure. I'm trying to think because it's like all the other games, right? It's like again, then the other thing, the question then becomes of what characters do you use, right? I'm like, do we need a Hawkeye game? No, I would love to see somebody pull up an Iron Man game. I just don't know why it hasn't been done. It doesn't seem the hardest.
Okay. For me, if I do an Iron Man game, I won't be true in some ways to the comic book world of it.
Okay,
I would give you an Iron Man game. I know it's gonna be blasphemous when I say this, but I think you can't mess this game up if you do it. If you take inspiration from Ultraman in a way.
from Ultraman.
Ultraman, yeah.
Okay,
What do I mean? You can take this game to introduce you can make Tony Stark. It doesn't have to be Robert Downey Jr.'s inspired Tony Stark, even though I like that Stark,
it
to
would
be
be.
honest.
It would be.
It would be because there's he is the character,
They want to
right?
sell millions of copies.
They want to sell
It
millions of
would be.
copies. Okay. Right. Fine. I would I would I don't know how to say it, but like I want to make this Gundamize it in a way. Not to say that it's gonna be huge Gundams or whatever, but then you can take elements from Metal Gear Solid 4 or Metal Gear Solid Rising in a sense of how he's dealing with people that also have armor like him, but in different ways. I wouldn't mind that. Um and if you do an open world game,
Kind of have to.
you have to do yes, you have to.
Yeah.
So
Because
it would definitely
that's a tricky
yeah.
part, right? Like everything
It's
comes down to I think the combat wise they could figure it out, right? The open world, it's a layup. It's the aerial combat is where things get
okay, the
tricky.
area combat would have to have modes, man, like styles like Devil May Cry. You would have
Hmm.
to have styles like Devil May Cry to where it's over the shoulder, and then you get out of that mode. I think the perfect pamphlet to draw is the Transformers games. They did that very well.
Okay,
I
do you
know
fly in those games?
Yes, you could.
Okay.
Yeah, you could. Those Transformer games were fire.
Mm.
I forgot I had them. In fact, I gotta re-download them. The War on Cybertron games that we
Mm.
didn't know we needed,
Mm.
and then it just so happened to be good.
Mm.
Yeah, you can definitely do those. Aerial combat would be tricky. To me, is this is I don't wanna fight Dormammu. I'm sorry.
I don't think he has to.
No, but I just hate the fact that Iron Man has to fight a dimensional demon. It's just
Oh yeah,
hilarious.
no, yeah, no, yeah. Like,
You know what I'm saying?
but I think Marvel's starting to learn their lesson from that. Of like when they're like, we're making a street level Spider-Man movies. Like, yeah, why wouldn't you? Why does Spider-Man have to go
You need to
against?
meet
Yeah,
Madam Web.
right, right, right. Like you
Yeah.
don't need him to do that.
Mary J.
Yeah,
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 like,
yeah. You know.
um, I would make this when I say like Ultraman, I would like make Tony fight. I think it's okay for Tony Stark to go fight up against more aliens than anything. I think it'll be fire. I think it'll be fire for him to have ground level, and then you got your cosmic level to where he's fighting aliens that are on the planet doing like he'll come up against a scroll,
Hmm.
whatever however you pronounce the names. Um, I think you have, and then you also have room to make a lot of his rogue galleries better. You know,
But who in his role gallery do you feel like couldn't just be? Because the thing is, like, I feel like Iron Man, because he plays so much cross roles with the Avengers, it's like you could pull from he has a bigger rogues gallery than people give him credit for. Like, other people's villains are technically his villains too. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
it's not
yeah,
just like oh, it's not, if it's not the Mandalorian, who you know, like, why is he fighting Loki? It's like because he's fought Loki. You know,
yeah,
like
yeah.
he's fought
You
Doctor
yeah,
Doom. He could do
okay.
it.
You could do that. I would see him crossing a pass with Doom more acceptable, but
That's fine.
Doom is such a
Because at that point with Doom, you get the bots, like you said.
yeah.
Like it naturally just flows into a thing of like, of course these people will
Yeah, I
conflict with each
do
other.
enjoy Tony Stark going against MODOK. That makes more sense because MODOK owns a company.
Mm,
I think with Tony needs to fight CEOs with secret layers,
mm.
cosmic threats, and that's why I say Ultraman would be the perfect template for Tony because you don't know what today's gonna bring.
Yeah,
Type
yeah,
storyline,
yeah, yeah.
right? I think you can one punch. He could be Genos. When I say he's Genos,
In terms
yeah.
of tech, but that's what I said. Like I
In
think
terms of tech, yeah, I think
again,
so.
all that sounds good except for the air combat, bro. That's where I'm like, you could figure out combat, you could figure out styles, you could figure out,
Air combat
the
has
ultimate power
to
ability where you power up into the Hulk Buster for a second or what. Like there's a
yeah.
lot of things you can do, but like when it comes to fighting in mid air,
Dragon Ball Z.
people don't like Dragon Ball Z's mid-air combat. There's so many memes clips of just the sparking zero particle effect, only for the person to fly out of the way.
No, see those things. I think with Dragon Ball Z does a bad job at understanding. Like, yo, for the video game, the particle beams got to come out like bullets,
Hmm.
and if you dodge it, praise God. If not, and I think the beam. I think to me, scientifically, if I was gonna do, if I was gonna create Goku, I would that beam would not only be an energy blast, but a tractor beam. Like it pulls you into it, so it's not easy to move from.
Mm.
Like you would literally need a bar to evade this attack or brace yourself to do it. Because the thing is, like, if Japan would take from DC's creative structure, writing structures, they would have superior stories. We get Japanese people that tap into it every day, but they're not writing shonen.
Yeah,
They're doing seinen,
yeah.
right? Vinland Saga preaches to the deepest parts of me. And I'm like, dog, I'll leave that thing feeling like a new man.
It feels like an anger management course watching that show.
Anger management course. So I'm watching this. I'm like, dog, like I feel his rage, bro. And at the same time, I see why it's meaningless.
Yeah, why it's destroying him.
It's destroying him. And then you watch Berserk and you like, I can't give up now. Even if they, you know, got my
Yeah,
girl.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but like I that's what I think. I think that's what you would do with a because like I'm gonna give it credit. I think you guys need to I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a documentary on that game. Give respect to Guardians of the Galaxy. Give respect to the game.
No,
I'm sorry.
no,
I love it.
you can, but guess what? It didn't sell.
No, it didn't sell. You're right. Well, whose fault is that?
Ours.
Yeah, it is, and it's Marvel's too because you could have
It's on
you
us.
just yeah.
There's.
No,
I'm all for.
if
Don't
if
get me wrong.
if
I'm all for
if
corporate blame.
Avengers didn't taste so bad, that game would have worked.
Oh no, I'm all for corporate blame. All for corporate. You, look how we get down on the pod. People think we hate Nintendo. Like I'm all for corporate blame.
Do we
Right,
right there? I saw
right.
Bowser get fired, and I was like,
He
oh,
retired. He retired.
he retired.
Yeah. But I was gonna say, I was like,
Do
but
you really think he did?
I think there's certain. No,
They hired Solid Snake to infiltrate the
I
game.
know.
Where are you
I
going,
think it's one of
Bowser?
those situations where it's like every now and then it is the gamer's fault. Of like we don't
Yeah,
get certain things because of us. Like
yeah.
had we bought Sleeping Dogs, had we bought Guardians of the Galaxy, they would have made more. But because we didn't, all they see, we spoke about this before. All they see is numbers on the stat sheet. Like again, referencing back to Spider-Man, it's like, yes, to be fair, Marvel Spider-Man 2 did sell less than Miles Morales and the original Spider-Man. That doesn't mean you cancel the DLC. That's not, you know what I'm saying? Like that is it's not one plus one equals two in that situation because now
I,
you're making it even more uphill battle next time.
at this point, these CEOs are using AI to like brew their types of coffee.
Give
You're not
me a
you're not
10 million selling game format,
it's not gonna beat human
preferably live service.
predictability, preferably live service. And then the AI says, "Well, wait, are you willing to wait 15 years?
Right.
Yeah, but you'll be dead." Okay, and then this 15 years doesn't calculate the state of the world,
Right. The
people's
people's
finances,
taste
people's taste,
doesn't
other games that chose to do what you wouldn't do.
and found
Now you're now
massive
you're
success
now you're $9 billion in the hole. Now you're nine
because
billion
of
dollars in the hole.
one simple thing.
So hey, let's raise up prices, even though this console is 15 years old.
Yeah.
You know? Okay.
I guess before we move on to this topic, is there anything? I mean, we know that the rumors are we're getting another Batman game. We're already getting the Arkham successor, which pre-order from Jump, Lego Batman, the collection, whatever it is. I'm like, I'm buying that day one no matter what. Is there anything on the DC side that it warrants a game?
Anything from the DC side that warrants a game, I think if the only way I would love for DC to be anything is if they're out of the hands of Warner Brothers, but I know that's impossible. They'll never let that property go. Um, but yeah, for me, I would love a Teen Titans inspired by the Teen Titans animation from Cartoon Network game. I would love that. And you would do it in the form of a Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
That
Nothing
is a
nothing
great
too
idea.
nothing too crazy.
The reason
Super
why it wins is because it's Warner Brothers.
Yeah, I know.
That's
I
the
know.
only reason why. It's a
But you asked
it's
me
a
though.
solid. No, you're right. I'm like that's the
You know
only.
what I'm saying?
I'm not saying your idea wasn't bad. It's actually a great idea. But as soon as you said an ensemble game made by,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I know, but that's me just telling the truth.
yeah, yeah.
Um, that's me telling the truth 100%. Another game I would love. Um, I don't want a Nightwing game.
I
You know,
mean, just put him in Batman at that point.
just put him in
Yeah, yeah.
Batman. He doesn't need his own game. Sorry. Maybe Red Hood, but
Eh,
I mean, I wouldn't want one, but Red Hood makes more sense on paper than it would be unless you want to do it where he John Wicking people to death.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't be horrible. It's definitely something that you could still base off the Batman combat system and add
Yeah,
those
yeah.
elements in for sure.
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm like, I'm kind of not. I'm not tired of the Bat family by any means. I just think we need to try to do something else outside
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Arkham City. You know?
Got you. 1000%. Another DC game that I would love. Wonder Woman, of course, but can't.
Right. Apparently, it's
Uh,
impossible.
no, you guys just don't
No,
want
I'm,
to.
I'm
You guys wanted to spend money on certain
right.
games, you
Apparently,
know?
it's impossible to do a Wonder Woman
A Green
game.
Lantern game might be impossible. I would accept that to be more impossible than anything, but,
Mm.
let me see.
I think you said it before, which I'll echo. I think a Constantine game could work.
Okay.
I think I'm
I
a
know Tim said that.
oh, okay,
I
okay,
don't really like Constantine.
okay. But the
Yeah.
reason why I think it could work, I'm like, it could be kind of in the same vein of what I said about Forspoken, where it's like you have these different elements and things that you could do. He's basically DC's version of Doctor Strange, not for nothing, just with supernatural elements, or more supernatural elements. Technically, oh, I guess technically, no, they're the same people. Um, I I'm gonna throw out a random out here just because I think it be limited by their own creativity. They could do a Plastic Man game.
Yeah. Do I want a Plastic Man game? I'd rather play as Electricity Man.
Well,
But
I'm just saying in terms of
yeah,
like the whole
yeah,
thing
they
of
could.
like if you want to start to gain public respect about what a person who can stretch can do, he's a pretty good template. People sleep on like what that man is capable of.
Yeah, no, no, he's dangerous. Okay, I'll give you that. That'll definitely be that's actually a good game to make. Hmm, can't say his name, it's almost blasphemous. But not really. How would you do a Mr. Terrific game?
Um, it would have to be somewhat inspired by. I'm not saying a one for one, but it had to be somewhat inspired by Near Automata. Remember, she had the little AI companion thing that could shoot lasers. You would be able to do that with his orbs. You
T
know what I'm
Spears.
saying? Huh?
T Spears.
Yeah, his T spheres. Like I think that could, in theory, work.
Okay. Cause okay. I okay. That would work. Okay. Let me see.
And you know what? As we're talking about this, it makes me think of like I don't think we're too far off from getting a Peacemaker game.
Oh, we're gonna get a Peacemaker game.
But I'm like, would I want him to play like what you said with Red Hood, or am I looking for DC's version of the Punisher? You know, like
It's gonna be over the shoulder.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's gonna be over the shoulder, and I wouldn't be surprised if it almost feels like Uncharted mixed with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Okay.
You know,
I I hear no
yeah,
flaws so far.
it's gonna definitely be third person. If it's first person, that's a mistake. Um,
Absolutely.
no, but
But
some people,
yeah.
Indiana Jones,
It
right?
was a great idea. Let's just pay
Why
for all
would
this
you
likeness.
why would you pay for his likeness and at the same time you make it first person?
Yeah. Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
guys are what? Okay.
Did I miss
Whatever.
yeah, did I miss something here?
Whatever. Not like Uncharted exists
Yeah.
that was inspired by you, but okay. Um,
Or Tomb Raider or so on and so forth and
the originator wants to go first person. Lazy team. Okay, let's do it.
mhm.
Not like we've done this before. Okay. Um, let's see. Let's see. We're going down the list of DC. Mm-mm-mm. I'd say Martian Manhunter, but I'm like, bro, as soon as a car blow up,
Right,
you
right,
feel
right,
me?
right. And
You're
also
like Captain Planet.
he's another one that's like a Green Lantern. Like it's kind of hard to get him right because it's like
Yeah.
he has to fly, he has to have super strength. He also has to have like Beast Boy powers. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a lot of things to kind of put into one game. Like it gets tricky.
You can take inspiration from Prototype, but the only thing is he can fly. But yeah, I'm just saying, like,
Mm,
and then like, at what point do I use the elements of Martian Manhunter and where like, hey, you would need the like espionage team of Hitman to kind of write some of the storylines and
mhm.
the infiltration themes or whatever. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's the other part that's tricky too. Of like, you also have to pick a character that is gonna move copies off the shelf, right? So I'm like, even though I think a Plastic Man game could work, is someone gonna walk into the store and be like, "Plastic Man, I'll take two." You know,
I
I don't know.
I think Booster Gold would make an interesting.
Main character? No, no, not main character.
I mean, you can make it work, man. Oh, a Jonah Hex game.
No,
What? You don't think a Jonah Hex game would work? Why not?
they'd be like, you got the casuals, the filthy casuals. They'd be like, "This plays nothing like Red Dead Redemption."
No, no, but that's where it does. Not a it does, but you get the future tech mixed with a little bit of Evil West. You could do a Jonah Hex game.
You
And that's where you can like this is the Wild Wild West movie that Will Smith should have made. You know what I'm saying? Like
mm,
you could do wonders with a Jonah Hex game. The only people that I would see doing the Jonah Hex game, I'm sorry, I hate to say it, either you give it to Sucker Punch or Insomniac. And then like
which you're not
you
gonna get because they're not making
they not make yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, but like
contracts and paperwork. Man, they're not.
contract, I know, but I'm saying like those would be the go-tos if I'm honest with you.
Okay.
A Jonah Hex game would be crazy because listen, you could give me a crazy storyline. You know what I'm saying? Like you can do like, hey, yo, all we gotta do is just copy Red Dead Redemption storylines and just add crazy weapons to it, and we good. Like
But
he
we
fights
know
an alien.
but we know they won't. That's always
They,
the thing.
but I'm saying that's a world to
Yeah.
explore. That'll be in my head. That's a crazy game to
Mm.
explore. Because if you do Constantine, what about Doctor Fate? You know what I'm saying? If you do
Not as
Co-
interesting
Const
not as interesting as a power set, to be honest.
not after I saw that movie, bro. Not after what he was doing in that movie in the Black Adam game, a movie. I'm
Mm.
sorry. I hey, I wanted more. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mm.
I was like, yo, this saved the movie. These guys
Mhm.
saved the movie. Um, let me keep going. Let's see.
I still think a flash game could work. I don't care.
I don't. Here's where I'm like, I don't really know, bro. Like after watching The Flash,
Oh, no, I mean, we gotta remember, like, this is just me saying, like, without Warner Brother Games being Warner Brothers Games, I think it could work.
because my thing is like, how I'm gonna fight Gorilla Grodd? Would he Psychosis Field? You feel me? Um,
Uh,
let me outrun the Omega Beam challenge, where I meet Darkseid and I gotta outrun a boom tube. That could work for a side game.
it could.
Okay,
And
okay, all right.
he has a the thing is with his enemies is that they have a lot of because they're so unique, no one boss fight is the same, right? So it's like you're fighting Weathermaster, and now he's turned, like the floor into ice. So you got to, what I'm saying? Like there's different ways you could approach the game where it's not just and in this chapter, Flash also runs at the speed of light and wins. Like there's ways you could do it that could
Okay,
work.
okay. Cause I'm gonna be real with you. That Injustice 2, that fight scene with the reverse Flash,
Mm.
homie. When I say I watch the cutscenes like it's bread and butter, I do, dog.
Yeah, it
Um,
could work. It could work.
yeah. I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that. Okay, I'll say this. Let me see. We did. We didn't even touch Superman because we were like, man, forget it.
I mean, we
No,
touched him on the main pod, and it's just
yeah, we
like,
did. Yeah, we did. It was on deaf ears.
yeah, yeah, no one listens.
Yeah,
It's like,
nobody listened.
it could work. No, no, it could work.
I think they need me to make a Superman game.
Yeah.
If I make a Superman game, y'all gonna love Superman for the rest of your life. I feel like I can handle that character. It's easy. I'm
I
not gonna reveal it.
I
It's
I
very easy.
agree. I don't think it'd
Um,
be hard either.
yeah, it's very easy. It's very easy.
Mm.
If One Punch Man doesn't make you see things easy, then I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell
Yeah.
you. Okay, a cyborg game.
Nope. We do not care.
Alright, let me give you my pitch for a Cyborg game. Cyborg's missing, because Cyborg is the best of a lot of characters.
He is.
RoboCop, Iron Man, Mr. Smith from The Matrix.
Mm.
Uh, like, I'm let's let if it wasn't for Cyborg just being black, he'd KO a lot of people.
But you think it I don't think it's so much as that it's a race thing. I think they've never
No,
really figured
I'm
out.
joking. I'm
Oh, because
joking.
I'm
I'm
like
joking.
I'm
I'm
like,
joking.
okay.
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm.
I think Cyborg's mixed with the mother box, guys.
But I was gonna say he's not conveyed that way.
Yeah, he's not.
The only time they
He's not
remember he has a mother box is when he's used as a plot device.
as a plot device. He is the portal.
Yeah. Right, right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like,
right. You're
now all of a sudden
right.
Morpheus now.
Right.
You feel me? Dog. You know the scene I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Mr. Smith interrogation scene.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I think you could do a Cyborg game. It could be like Prototype. It could be like Iron Man. You can make this game to where, like, yo, this junk where I'm hacking stuff at the speed of light. You know what I'm saying? I think Cyborg, like, you can do what Metal Gear Solid Revengeance did. They gave us characters we didn't know we needed, and it worked. That's where I'm like, yo, as a video game, give me characters that aren't in the main property. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Mhm.
I'm okay with that because this is the time to do it, and they build off of that. It, like, Tony Stark wasn't. Nobody was drawing or having Tony Stark as a character until Robert Downey played him,
I
and
agree.
then vice versa.
Same thing with Captain America.
Same thing with Captain America, and vice versa. People knew how Wolverine needed to be because of the animation. They said, "Yo, if he isn't like this, Hugh Jackman is a fail."
Mhm.
Right? And I say to that degree, like, you continue doing more of that. Spider-Man worked because Spider-Man was doing stuff Spider-Man would do in the comics in Spider-Man 2. Like, yo, Doc Ock is gonna throw this piece of a clock at him. Spider-Man, like, yo, give me that. Come here.
Mhm.
Spider-Man was a problem.
Mhm.
Like, now you guys feel like, yo, I don't think I want a 1v1 Spider-Man at all.
Yeah.
This man fighting me on a train sideways?
My
Oh,
4
no.
arms to his too, and it could go either way.
And he giving me the business. I need a super serum tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So, like, and then now you see how much of a threat Black Panther can be, right? Like, yo, you got a super vibranium made arm, and I'm still giving you a helicopter, an Apache helicopter shot me, and I'm looking at you, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then now he got the Predator claw. You think you can't implement that in the game? You know what I'm saying? Like, the Berserker barrage got it. It has to be used because, not like, you feel me?
I'm
So,
gonna put my
like,
hands up. I'm just like, bro, they write themselves.
they
It's
write
just you
themselves.
just gotta
They write
implement it.
they write
It's right
themselves.
there.
They write themselves. Yeah. So it's like, okay, you can do. If we keep going down the DC, I wanted to see a Green Arrow game, but
You
it's just
can't
gonna
do
be
it.
a Batman.
Yeah, you can't do it.
It's just gonna be a
Unfortunately,
Batman.
that's what I'm saying. Like, there's certain characters. I'm like, they could be. It could be a and right. So I'm like, maybe you could do a
If
Green Arrow and Black
you
Canary
could
game.
you could
Maybe
do a Green Arrow Black Canary game, I know people aren't gonna. I think you have to Gears of War it in a way. It got to be cover based something. You know, yeah,
Mm.
cause it's like it could be a little bit of both. You use what you need to at the time that you need to use it, man. You know what I'm saying? I think that's fire. It's gonna be different from. It's gonna be more like Batman, but different from Batman at the same time, right?
Well,
I
uh,
think you can.
I don't know. That'd be
I think you
tricky.
can. I think you can. It would just for me, he would have to be location based storyline,
Mm.
and that's what I would do. Location based storyline. Bravo. Roll credits.
Yeah, and the
It's Green
combat
Arrow,
system would have to be like very, very environmentally intricate. Of like,
and I think that's where, again, a game expanding. upon, because I got a character that uses bow and arrows.
Mm,
Fam, you not beating homie. I could tell you off air.
mm,
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not beating homie because he's fun to play,
mm.
right? Um, and I just think you could. I think. Or if you do a Green Arrow game, it could be a side scroller beat 'em up, like a Prince of Persia. It don't have to be a AAA game. It
That's
could be
true.
double A. You
That's
could you
true.
can do that.
Mm.
You can do if you do a Flash game that's a double A game. I'll take that. I'll even take that.
You need him open world.
You do if people want that, but you can
No,
do it. You can. Okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
he needs to be open world, bro.
Okay.
You need the moment where you
If I
unlock your
can't
full
tra-
skill tree and you
if I
run up
can't
across a
travel
building.
if I can't travel to Canada, you can forget
But that's what I'm saying.
it.
Like it has to be open world.
Yeah. So, okay. Let me keep going. Let's go. Keep going. Let's go. I think a cyborg game would work, man. I mean,
I'm not saying it wouldn't work.
yeah.
Remember, like I said, like we're talking about things that we think could work versus mass appeal. Of like,
Mm.
not saying that your idea or your pitch was bad. It's just like, again, we always use, okay, let's say Little Johnny is not going to be like, oh, Cyborg. Like it's just not. And
She,
given what we've seen about the
yeah,
industry, it's like, while good execution can take you a long place, you can get to that place. They don't want to see it. Like, it, again, we've made this joke before of like Sony being happy for Astrobot through gritted teeth of like, we didn't even think this was gonna work. Like, it's like they're lacking the like, let's just invest and see how this grows over time. It's just like, no, we need an immediate return. Otherwise, don't even waste, like, don't even pitch it if we can't envision an immediate return.
yeah. Hmm. What else? What else? What else?
I mean,
Yeah,
we could.
Green Arrow, and Black Canary game would be fire. I would like that.
Mm,
And I guess we could go on to something
yeah,
else.
we could table it for our next topic.
Mhm.
I mean, we kind of ran long on just these two topics alone. I guess we could probably maybe do one more, and then whatever one doesn't make it, we can table it for another time. You have brought up the topic about completely on. I mean, I guess it's related to gaming to some degree, but you brought up the topic of life being hard, and I know some people don't necessarily want a rest meal lounge to end on something serious, but we started serious, so might as well end serious.
Yeah. I just wanted to say, some encouragement for the people that's out there. Um, Life being hard, especially for us, we're millennials. Um, I can say that I'm grateful for a lot of things from the time that we came up on. We know what hope looks like.
Mhm.
We know what joy looks like. We know what organic things look like. I can say my responsibility right now is to kind of help someone younger than me connect to those things, to what I'm experiencing right now, and how to prevent certain things from happening. Because I believe um, the formulas that we've discovered still would work for you because they're timeless. Because our parents, with the little wisdom or knowledge that they had these as a base for navigating life, and they work. They're what's helping me transition to adulthood now,
Hmm.
even though I've been in it. And there are times where you're gonna do what you don't like to do. You're gonna have to do things you don't have to want to do. And it's okay to sacrifice 4 years of hard work for the rest of your life if you want to make it changing. If you want to do some great change, I think to speak specifically to men, if you're the guy that you're socially awkward, but you always wanted to be the center of attention because you feel like you have something to say, and the world isn't giving you the reaction that you thought would work in your head, and therefore you feel like you're crippled, there's something wrong with you, you're not adjusting fast enough, or you just lack certain social skills and you're regretting the times that you didn't talk in high school. It's okay to feel that way, and it's okay to take the time to admit that you don't know how to do this thing. And it's okay for you to go to, because you're going to go through a phase like you recognizing that this is a problem is the first step. That being the first step, within that process, you're going to feel like you're being cooked. And that's a part of the process as well. What comes out is a finished product. What comes out is a well cooked meal, whatever it takes for that thing that you're going for. If you're going to make ice cream, you need a certain temperature. There's a level of uncomfort, discomfort at every level of whatever you're trying to do. You might feel like you don't have any support. It's okay to look up a YouTuber and type in whatever to see what you get. Preferably go in the direction that you want, because you don't have anybody in your vicinity to talk to you. You don't have anybody in your vicinity to give you advice or to believe or speak words of life into you. I want to tell you that it's okay to admit, as soon as you admit that you don't know, it's fine. You don't have to tell everybody that you don't know. As long as you know that you don't know, it's okay to go ahead and begin to seek. And for where you are right now, I would encourage you to do that as soon as possible. Because the longer you take, it's going to get more difficult, because these things it would have benefited you to come into knowing it earlier. But since you're here, get to it. Don't procrastinate. Don't worry about failure. And don't worry about the men that are already better than you and weaponizing your lack of knowing, or using it against you. Even if women, they'll use that as ammunition to defame you, deface you, devalue you, discourage you. I would say it's okay to find solitude and to think deeply to find a solution. You'll find it. Just don't focus on the negative. Focus on what is and what could be. Write that down. Write everything that you want down. I would say write as foolish as it seems. There's a verse that I love. God will use the foolish things to shame the wise. And so I would encourage you to do is write down everything that you wanted to do as a little kid, young man. Go ahead and write that down, as foolish as it was. Write down everything that's currently happening to you, and write down everything and ask yourself, where did it go? Why did you lose it? What happened? Who said what to you that made you not move forward? And is it true? It may have been true at the time, but at this age, you're a lot more wiser than you think you are. You've gotten this far without even thinking. Now it's time for you to reflect. So, with this Life is Hard segment, I just wanted to leave some encouragement for you. I'm going through it. We're all going through it financially. You don't feel like you're the man that you want to be. You don't even know how to become the man that you want to be. Everybody's telling you you're the villain. If I'm gonna be truthful, um, you want to be a good man, but not a weak man. You want to be a good man, but you don't have to be a nice man. You don't have to be mean, but you also don't have to give your time to someone who's not going to value it, or friends that's not going to value it. It's okay to be alone for a season. And I guarantee you, if you do the work for yourself, the people that you want to come into your life will find their way to you. I had to change the way I thought about things, and the way I thought about things, and led me to meeting people like Antonius that you're seeing here, because I started to change a different way of thinking. Right, I stopped mean mugging. I stopped being quiet. I started to mirror people that I admire, that were very talkative, that were the center of attention, that people magically gravitated to. I had to learn. And it's okay to admit that you don't know a thing. And just like you learning how to drive a car, you don't think when you're driving a car now. You don't. It's that same effort applied. You just have to reverse it. That same effort that you're using, that same guarantee, I can't do it, that same energy, you can easily just move it. It's the same thing. It's the exact same thing. And I'm here to tell you that because it's the exact same thing, all you have to do is just change the direction of the hose or the direction of the sprinkler. And you're fine. You're gonna get your greener grass. It's not gonna be easy. Just like working out's not easy. just like a lot of things. That's literally how the world works. You plant a tree and it has to grow. You have to water it. You need certain conditions for certain fruits to meet. Those are the same thing. I don't have money, Jory. SS rank, I don't have the bread. What do I do? What can you do right now? You have your options. Figure out the best way. I don't know what to tell you, but if you can draw. That's a guarantee. That's more of a guarantee than you becoming an astronaut. You know, if you want to become an astronaut right now, there's YouTube courses that'll help you do math faster than you taking 4 years of school. There's a guy that's mastered doing it in 10 minutes. This YouTube is your friend. Take advantage of the knowledge while you have it. And there's a person out there that's willing to help you. You don't have to pay for a set and buy my course for $95
Mm,
so you can be free. Um, there's a person willing to give it to you for free. You know, do what you can that's gonna give you the money that's gonna allow you to do what you want later. If you got to do construction, find a construction company that is responsible. Trust me, they'll take you. If it's being a paramedic, do the school, take the loan out, get through it. But I'm working 4 jobs. Then one of those jobs you have to get a promotion. You have to find a way. Fight. I don't have all the answers. I could tell you if you're an artist, I could tell you what to do. Even though I don't have my results aren't publicly displayed yet, I have 100% confidence that when I drop what I drop, it's going to be made with heat. This was 10 years in the making, and it took 10 years. Yes, 10 years because of life. And I'm glad it took 10 years because I learned a lot. I learned what not to do, what to do. Um, but this is just to encourage you, men and women, that if you're in a spot situation to where you feel like it's impossible, uh, I take my inspiration from a lot of the men in the Bible. Joseph was sold into slavery by his own family. Now, you think because you know the ending of the story, that man was in turmoil, being accused of rape. Or you could bleep that out later.
mm,
You know, is not a good thing, especially in Egypt. You looking at my concubines, you infidel. You know what I'm saying? And those women were organic, brother.
mm,
You don't, you don't decide to sin when you hear the name Bathsheba and just be like, I'm strong enough. I can do it.
mhm.
You lost, brother. That's a spell. You just casted a spell on yourself, brother.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
He didn't
saying?
turn down Pharaoh's wife because she was unattractive. That much,
Yeah.
I have to be a fly on the wall in that time period to know.
That
She
that
was
that
one of one of that era.
that man must have been turning into from going from liquid to solid snake. You know what I'm saying? It's like he had to get out of there as soon as possible, man.
Mhm.
But I don't know if you want to say anything at that's my I don't know if
Um,
you you can piggyback on what I say.
yeah, to piggyback a little bit in just in terms of encouragement, with what you shared, I think especially because we are millennials, we do speak to a mostly millennial audience based off the analytics that I see. We sometimes people a little bit younger, a little bit older check out our stuff, but most people are within our age group. And one of the things that I've noticed recently, and included with myself, I'm not exempt from this, is because we have seen so many drastic ebbs and flows, in what was considered adult life, right? Like I can say confidently that most, if not all, millennial kids, what they saw as adulthood growing up does not exist. Literally, does not exist anymore.
Doesn't
Um,
exist anymore. Yes,
yeah,
that's true.
you
It's gone.
yeah, you can still carve out a great life for yourself. But what we knew in our minds of the quote unquote nuclear household, nuclear family, middle class income, it's gone. Um, and it's to what you were saying, like it could be hard to pivot or hard to know what to do or hard to not be in your own head about why haven't I figured this out, especially given again the drastic ebbs and flows. um but not to echo it too much, I think one thing that I encourage people to do, and I try to do this to myself as well, is to focus on the things that you can control. And what I mean by that is find things to enjoy that do not require external validation. A lot of people, especially in our age group, right? It's, and obviously that's not a good example, 'cause like this is it's a career calling for you. But it's like, let's just say that we did this podcast strictly for a hobby's sake. There's nothing wrong with that, right? But I feel like the society we've become accustomed to says there's something wrong with that. Now, granted, do I think this podcast has a potential for more? Absolutely. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can see both sides of that. I just think the rush to let me figure out how to monetize everything I like is taking away the few things we have left that we enjoy, right? Because it goes from I like collecting, I don't know, video game covers to, well, if I don't get 2,000 views on my video game covers, I feel worthless, you
Worthless,
know? And it's just like,
just like your bank account. You
right,
feel me?
right, yeah, right. So
No.
it's like snowballs into itself of like, I'm not getting validation in my work, I'm not getting validation in my home life, even the things I like, nobody seems to like it. It's like, I think it would benefit people to maneuver away from that a little bit. I know it's hard, right? I mean, I sometimes have had to catch myself of like, let me check our analytics again. Let me see, like, is this the day that we go viral? Like, it's just because it's like you want to see that opportunity, and I totally understand that. I just think that we need to be able to still figure out things that we enjoy for enjoyment's sake, because this is getting harder. It's getting harder to objectively find something like this brings me happiness, and I don't care what anybody else thinks about it. Now obviously you want me things that bring you happiness that bring harm to others, right? I can't stress that enough. Let me
Yes, we're
be
not in.
very clear.
But you said I can do what I want to
Right,
do.
right,
Like
right.
I
Let me be
say,
very
yeah,
clear. I said brings you happiness
and
at
not
no
harming
harm to
harm to
others.
others.
So yeah, I think like you said, in your point, story of like, applying yourself, doing what you have to do to create the life you want. I agree. And I think part of that includes finding that level of joy. It's hard. It's gonna get harder. I'm not gonna sit there and paint this fantastical brush over where things seem to be headed. I'm not a nihilist, but I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you open your window, when you open your window and you see the smoke, so there's a fire somewhere, right? Like,
Yeah,
essentially.
like I'm not gonna give you a New Line Cinema movie where we're in Mexico and everything just seems to be yellow.
Right, 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 right. Like,
You know
oh
what I'm saying?
man, what a cloudy day outside. It's like, no, something is ablaze. you
You mean to tell me? Like the depression automatically hits. I feel like I'm on Man on Fire all over again. This what movie are we watching?
yeah.
What's that movie again, man? Dang. No, I said Frederick Douglass. Michael Douglas.
Oh, Birth of a Nation.
No,
Oh
number Michael Douglas is in Birth of a Nation?
no, I thought you were talking about what's his name? What is his name?
Idris Elba?
No, the guy who was in Birth of a Nation.
Idris Elba. Oh, no, 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 not Birth of a Nation. I know you're talking about.
Nate something,
Nat
right?
Nate Cole. Nate Cole?
No,
Nate Rob? No, it's not Nate.
Nate Parker.
Nate Parker, yeah. Jeez, man, that dude was fire.
He was.
Fire actor.
Yeah. Or I can't say he was. He is. He's just.
Is a fire actor.
Yeah.
Just, he was the pre he ain't have Megan Good to help him. Let's just say that.
Let's just say that.
Let's just say that. Jeez.
But yeah, I think, yeah, a lot of these movies can look like, sorry, not movies. A lot of things these days can look like a movie hellscape. Is what I could say. A lot of things look like Mad Max Fury Road. A lot of things look like,
Mad Max Fury Road.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
feel me?
yeah,
Deception in its finest, dog. You dying for nothing, homie.
yeah. So I want people to be, and it goes for men and women. Like, just try to find the things that brings you peace, joy, and happiness. Try to find the things. Don't worry too much about um, getting that virtual thumbs up, the virtual pat on the back, the virtual approval. Do it because you enjoy it. Revisit those old TV shows you enjoyed in your childhood. The best thing about those things is that they're still really good. That's the good part.
That's the best part. I
They're
watched RoboCop the other day, and I'm like, this writing is amazing.
Yeah. So
Amazing. Great. You feel me? Predator is get Predator gets better every time I watch it. Alien gets better every time I
yeah,
watch
I
it.
watched Aliens with my wife the other day, and she was like, Ripley was she was doing the best she could with what she knew. I said, yeah. Back when characters used to be smart. And were just put in circumstances outside of their control. Like that's different from them making a dumb decision. Like you did what you could with the knowledge you had, and that what makes it like, yo, what are you gonna do when this happens to you? And you have no idea how that thing's able to do what it does. I'm gonna just I'm gonna just try, I guess. you
Just
know?
try, you feel me?
And same thing with
Yeah.
Predator. So I think that's my thing about life being hard because it's true. Like we've talked about it or like hinted at it through previous pods of like a lot of times we have to call audibles on even recording the pod because life just keep on lifing. Life just keeps on lifing. And
Yeah,
it's
like
just
you go outside and you see the Dark Souls life bar.
yeah. Another day, another Souls
FPNL,
like.
FPNL Bill. You feel me? Like,
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So I think that's my thought on that. To piggyback up what you said, I'm like, I think people have to try their hardest. Don't let the internet uh hate speak that seems to be growing of like, you like this, and I don't like. Oh, this thing is trash. Like, move away from that type of thinking. It doesn't. I'm not saying look for an echo chamber, right? I do think you need people who can challenge your thoughts, but this whole thing of jumping from one extreme to another does nobody any favors, especially for somebody who's just trying to enjoy something.
and for those of you guys that only play Madden and Grand Theft Auto, there's a world that I want to introduce you to that you wind up enjoying more than us right now because you've been exposed to it this late in the game. And this is a part of our new segment. Try something new. Right? Try something new. You don't like it because you don't think you'll be good at it. That's why you don't like it. But if you were good at it, you would play it. And I want to tell you that it's okay not to be good at it. It took me, let me see. Street Fighter 4 was the first game where I actually tried to play the game because I forever, since the age of what, 14, was super intimidated by the game because those inputs, you could for my thumbs were going to turn into an L.
No, for sure.
You feel me? I
And
couldn't do
anyone who doesn't get the reference, look up Vega's super combo inputs from back in the day.
to do a guile super was nonsense.
Yeah.
And don't feel bad because for me it took I had to literally pause and do the inputs slowly. And then I finally was able to do it. If I'm saying if I can do it, you can too. Tekken used to feel like I was training for a Harvard exam. Now I can play as one of the most crazy characters, difficult characters to master, Feng Wei. Am I the best? No, but I can do something with it, you know? And so I want to say try something new. It doesn't have to be a fighting game. It doesn't have to be another it could be a different type of shooting game. This is the time to where you can enjoy your backlog
Yeah.
or create a backlog. Buy a game that's inexpensive and hey, open a Steam account. If you got a PC, try something new, man. I just don't like those games, man. I'm just not into it. You're not into it because you never gave it time and you weren't exposed to it. Guarantee you, if you were exposed to it like I was, you would love it.
Mhm.
Because some of those things are what you need right now. So to end this segment, that's not official yet. It's up to Ant. Try something new. you know?
I'll
Uh,
echo that because it would be nice if one it won't be this year, but if some year if the top 10 game sales of the year don't start with Call of Duty and end in a sports game. It would be nice. I would love to see. Oh man, what do you mean Split Fiction made it to the top 5? Oh man, what do like like you said, try something new. You might enjoy it. You might enjoy it. You might like it.
Yeah. Like I didn't think
Not everything that's popular is good, but usually some of the good things are popular.
I like Grand Theft Auto for different reasons people that like Grand Theft Auto for.
Hmm.
I like Saints Row. I enjoy Saints Row more than a Grand Theft Auto game. People find that blasphemous. I'll tell you my reasons why I like it. I wish Saints Row kept that energy.
Mm.
They would have had Grand Theft Auto money. I 100% believe it. They just wanted Grand Theft Auto money now. You would have had it in 2025 had you stuck to the formula.
Mhm.
But now you have to go back to formula.
Well, now you have to lay it to rest.
Oh no, that's a part of back to formula.
Yeah.
That's actually the rest, you know. Um, but yeah, some encouragement, and something to try something new. That also leads into you discovering new things, man, new enjoyments. Try something new that's not going to harm yourself, of course.
Yeah, and I mean,
And I
again, it's used as a derogatory term, phrases these days. I don't know why, but I'm like, literally, get a hobby.
get a
I'm
hot.
not joking.
And it's okay. It's okay to be a tryhard.
Yeah,
You will find more enjoyment being a tryhard than being a lazy
I'm too
being
cool for it.
I'm too
I'll take
cool
a try.
for.
Yeah,
I'm too cool for. Your bones are gonna your joints are gonna be too cool to move too. Yeah,
yeah.
like get something going. Um, anything else that you wanna? Any other topics you wanted to cover?
No, I think the other topic I had we could table for another day. It's something that it clearly isn't going away. So we could discuss another time. So for those who always tune into the rest mode, we appreciate y'all, and you can hold me to it. The next time we will be talking about whether or not anime movies are a good trend these days. Because it seems to be getting more popularity, and
Did we
given how
talk
much
about
money
Demon Slayer fully?
we did. I was more.
Did we do an anime corner on Demon Slayer? We need to.
We did last Rest
We
Mode
did.
Lounge. The entire anime corner was Demon Slayer.
I don't remember. Dang. No, it's life, bro.
I know I get it, but I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's why I was like,
Okay,
we don't
okay.
got to talk about it that
Got you,
genres
got you, got
because
you.
I'm like, we did
I
it.
I think I think we need to I think we need to find some obscure anime series and watch it and just talk about it. Like, cause I keep seeing Record Lotus War. I need to watch it now.
But see, I think real quick, I'm also over the randomly named shows now. Like,
But these are old. These are shows before we even
it don't matter. I'm tired of I don't know.
My Life as a Sprite
Like,
before
yeah,
before drinking Coca-Cola.
yeah. Uh Blood Lotus Afterlife. What like these randomly
Part
names.
2.
Yeah, or like they're so obscure like everyone's like, "Oh, you should probably check out Lazarus." I'm like, I probably won't. I don't want to watch an anime titled Lazarus. I know that sounds crazy. As somebody who watched all of Soul Eater. But guess what? Soul Eater was about eating souls. It got right to it. So but yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for tuning into another mode of Rest Mode Lounge. The only consistency is inconsistency in topics. So hope
I
you
like
guys
that.
enjoyed.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. I enjoy that sentiment. I enjoy
Yeah.
it kinda makes me feel like, hold on, let me see if I could do my, snake impersonation. "Oh, Antonius, what's going on?"
Snake from
"That's right,
Metal Gear Solid Snake.
copy."
You need some work, bro.
"What do you mean?"
You need some work.
"I'm doing the best I can to influence the forces."
You need some work.
"Maybe I need a direct alternator." "No,
Uh-huh.
not a problem."
Yeah, well, there's many a deep voice character that fits that. It's not.
I
I
think
don't
it's a
know. I could be wrong. Tell me in the comments. Tell us in the comments. This S
I
ranks
think my impersonation is pretty good.
impersonation.
What do you
Get it
think?
done.
Otacon.
Yeah, let us know in the comments.
Getting
But
ready for my nap.
till next
Uh,
time, people. Antonius the Gamer, FSS
Super
rank.
SS rank going out. Till next time.
Peace.
Nah.